than Mahama. And that's why Ghana and Ivory Coast as neighbors seem to have the situation where Ivory Coast is a better country. You are in a better place to tell us that you've been to Ivory Coast, they actually gave you a national award. You know about the ECOWAS situation. Why are we lagging behind Ivory Coast?
You used a very wrong word, lagging behind. We're not lagging behind Ivory Coast. And I normally don't like to compare, but we definitely are not lagging behind Ivory Coast. If you take the UN Human Development Indicators, aside from Cape Verde, Ghana is second in the whole of West Africa in terms of access to water, in terms of, all the various human indicators that are given. Ghana is second. If you take the size of economy, Ghana has the second largest economy. Cote d'Ivoire is third. Like
Ghana
I said,
is second after Nigeria?
Yes, after Nigeria. Ghana has the second largest economy in West Africa. And so I normally don't like those comparisons because each country is at a different stage in its development. And the circumstances in each country are peculiar.
But until recently, they had light, we didn't have light.
Well, Cote d'Ivoire has gone through its own period when they didn't have lights. We've had to exchange power. At times when they don't have, we have given them. At times when we don't have, they give us. And so it's not something new. Since the 70s, our two power systems have been interconnected with each other. Ghana had a Kosombo, which we thought would never, finish. And so we had excess power. And so we used to give Togo, Benin, we used to give Cote d'Ivoire. Unfortunately, the results of climate change have changed things. And aside from that, it's a sign of our growing economy. Our economy has grown so fast that demand for power has ballooned. And we had not been consistent in putting in, enough generation to meet the demand. Aside from that, while demand was increasing, power from our hydro sources has been going down because of the low level of the lake, because of climate change, less rainfall and all that. So it's been a very complex situation, but I normally don't want to place blame. I took responsibility to fix it, and I believe that we do have some stability in our system now. Indeed, we're going into the era of energy security because with...
So you haven't fixed it yet?
We fixed it. We're going into the period of energy security. I mean that the period where we can suffer no such reversal.
When will that period start?
From 2017.
January 2017?
No, with the 10 field, I went and tendered about for the 10 field. Sometime next year, we should see about another 70 million standard cubic feet of gas, coming into Etuabo.
Awawa Juma no ye o nyame woda se wujinu dia obeya ma woda eya wawe Juma no ye o nyame woda se wujinu dia obeya ma woda.
Why is the SM boss still under your protection?
He's going to be released soon. Yeah, very soon. Yeah. Very soon. You see him outside soon. Very soon. Very soon.
We're told that he was unable to meet the bail requirement, that is the true surety. How far?
Everything is done now. Just watch out. You'll be out soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But first of all, what can you say about the whole saga surrounding the purchase of the Lamborghini Euros?
You see, I'm not Shatta's manager, so I cannot answer some things.
No, but you're a big wig. You are a big wig in the music industry. You are a big wig in the music industry. And you're a big wig in the music industry. You carry a lot of weight in the music industry, and these are matters of general concern that Anybody at all? I mean, any musician?
You know, because of the noise, I cannot hear you. Because of the noise. There's so much. There's so much.
At the Yoko office, where I can report that there is a mixed reaction following the release of dancehall artist Shatta Wale. Some of the support base are still here, hoping that they will see their artist Shatta Wale to address them, because they are the strong view that dancehall artist Shatta Wale is still under Yoko detention. Until they see Shatta Wale, they are not going to leave this place. As you can see, I'm being flanked by die-hard supporters, and they are charged up here. They are charged up here. No, take your time. You speak, take your time. So let me engage quickly some of them. You're live on Metro Television. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
What's your name?
I'm Ashley.
What time did you get here today?
I got here around 1 p.m.
And you've been here since?
Yeah.
Dancehall artist Shatta Wale is no more here. He has gone home. First of all, what do you make of the release of dancehall artist Shatta Wale?
The government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning. Thank you very much for tuning in to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moro. It's always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and as usual, I want to tell my Muslim friends that let's meet at the mosque at 12:30 for Jummah prayers. But meanwhile, let me say a big thanks to the Almighty God for giving us another rare privilege of returning here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. I'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning. Daily Graphic says that a GCGL housing fair, August 28 to 30, to tackle eco-friendly housing. And there's 2.5 million cities up for grabs. Third luckiest seasonal draw launched. There's Shatta Wale released 5 million cities bond, 2 sureties. Funds besiege Yoko precincts. And there's more or less flat 1 week observance of Nana Akufo-Addo Yadom III. Funeral rites slated for September 14 to 18. Daily Guide, Yoko Lamborghini probe. Shatta Wale released on 5 million cedi bail. Cybercrime raid nets 39 suspect in Tema. GRNMA General Secretary fires Health Minister. Now, Asante Queen goes home September 18. The Inside. Mahama, he says Africa's growing unemployed youth ticking time bomb. Supreme Court judgment affirmed our ownership of 918-acre land. Disregard Regimano claim, says Numo Kofi Anum family. Akwetiaba elections act to prevent violence, bloodshed. CSOs urge police. Intergenerational hunger, the effect of Israel's starvation of Gaza. Ghanaian diaspora advocate Cynthia Engman installed Queen Mother of Osu. And there's Venezuela mobilizes 4.5 million militia members as U.S. deploys troops to the Caribbean. And there's Eben Kweku Fenuku report alleging arrest of Oda Manhene falls. The Herald newspaper. Ghana, Nigeria bus cross-border human trafficking syndicate. 8 suspects arrested, 49 victims rescued in Abuja and Uyo. And this majority chief whip exposes GBA as a hidden dagger against Mahama. NPA and GPHA prepare Tema Port for 24-hour petroleum operations. And as Mahama urges bold reforms to attract investment at TICAD 9. Polls put Baumia at 52%. Ejapon trails with 17%. Echampong, Edichum, and others struggle. The informer. Akwetiaba elections, we are red-eyed. IGP wants troublemakers. Media, police are partners as GJA calls for an end to attacks. Zoom Lion leads nationwide malaria campaign. Africa needs strategic allies, not aid. Zuma to continent. There's at TCAD 9, Mahama urges reforms to woo investors. The Inquisitor. Exposed. Fifi in Jandam as Cocoa Board deflates lies. Kweku Mote chairs Gold Board Tribunal. And there's a NAPO calls for fairness, integrity in politics. NPA readies for 24-hour economy in downstream petroleum sector. Chief of Staff unveils MIDA board. Suhini shares positive update on Ofanko in Sawam Road. The Daily Statesman. IGM urges stronger action against child labor on Volta Lake. GEPA reaffirms a $10 billion export revenue target. Shatta Wale fans beseech Yoko. Dancehall artist out of custody after meeting revised bail conditions. APL BOG Forex Directive draconian regressive. Daily Post. Some judge orders suspension of enforcement against unlicensed delivery riders. And there's Mahama warns of youth time bomb without urgent job creation in Africa. CSO's coalition calls out NPP over posture ahead of Akwetia by-election. And the Catholic Standard. The Catholic Standard. Caritas Ghana's charts both path for national development. And name and shame Galamsey Chiefs politicians, House of Chiefs President. Apostolic Nunciature welcomes the new secretary to Ghana. And there's UCAP 2025 Congress calls for ethical use of AI in media. And there's charity as a national imperative. All right, so these are the front page stories of the newspapers that we have this morning. Please stay with us. Don't go anywhere. I have a fantastic guest for you on the show today. Don't go anywhere.
I'm here at Mycom JA Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology. This isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And oh, your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Mycom JA Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an active panel at a discounted price of 18,000 Ghana cedi only, and it comes with a Fire Stick, a webcam, and a microsystem. You can locate us at Chado Container behind the Trade Fair. Visit Mycom JA Limited today and elevate your tech.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Healthy soil is where every great harvest begins. At ACAP, we turn waste into wealth, producing rich organic compost made right here in Ghana for our farmers and our future. Whether you are planting small or big, ACAP compost improves your soil, boosts your yields, and saves you money. Even in your own home garden, give your soil life naturally. ACAP compost, from waste to wealth.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
God Kwame!
Send your goddamn for boom. If you put it to you, so would the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hey!
Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas.
You're live and Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Need I can remind you that the show is live on 94.1 FM. That's on your radio dial. So those of you who can't, for whatever reason, sit behind your TV set and watch us, you have an alternative now. The alternative is 94.1 FM. It's very clear. I mean, crystal clear. So, you know, you don't have any excuse to miss Good Morning Ghana, do you? So let's kickstart today's show with we need to catch up with our friends from Accra Academy. Now, Accra Academy is doing something big. They're doing what they call the homecoming, and it's been put together by the 94-year group. And so they're here to tell you all that you need to know about this big event. And joining us in the studio is Raymond N.D. Labi, who is with the 94 group, and then also Bello C.D. Haruna. He is with the 99 group. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
That's Raymond N.D. Labi, and that's Bello C.D. Haruna. Sida Haruna. Yes. How's everything? How's it going?
So far, so good. We're just preparing for tomorrow's event. Yeah, we just can't wait to see all our old friends and all our old seniors and juniors as well.
Yeah. So what is this event and why is it important, and who are invited to participate?
Okay, Raymond, you can take them.
Right. Thank you very much. We are very much excited to be here.
Right.
This is an event for everybody. Right. It is not only principally for students or old students of Accra Academy. Anybody who loves development, anybody who loves fun, anybody who wants to contribute to the growth of education, you are invited to come along. Because basically what we are going to do is that we are going to gather, we are going to talk about the good old days, either the O-level system or the current SS system. We are going to talk about what we have done for our school and what we need to do for our school. So basically, we are gathering to re-energize and look into the future. So we are saying that we are gathering for a purpose.
Right.
It is not only about JAMA. It's not only about fun games. It's about the development of the current generation. And what do they need? Infrastructure. What do they need? Motivation. So when they see people like Bello and they look at how far he has gone in life, then they have hope for the future. So it's a gathering for current students, gathering for old students of Accra Academy, and gathering for our neighbors. Because we have associates. All the people live around Bubuash and Kanishi, they are associates of Accra Academy. And our ladies will be there. St. Mary's, number 1.
Yeah, Mary's. Yes, Mary's. Is it a yearly event?
Yes, it's a yearly event.
Okay.
So this is something we've been doing over 15 years now.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a yearly event where we all come to, link up, reconnect, and then most importantly, use this homecoming to start new projects. So basically, every year when we go back, we initiate a new project. So over the years, because every year has a project that he or she, like the group does, it's kind of like closes the gaps, the infrastructure gaps that we have in the school, as well as also capacity gaps for the students. So their year group, together with I think 95, 96, are putting up a system block classroom, and where this would really help, because Accra Academy is one of the top schools that has a lot of issues with day students. And it is something that we want to resolve, because when you live on campus, it's different. It's a different vibe, because then your sense of belongingness to the school is much more greater as compared to you just moving from home and going to school. So this is something that their group want to really do to change things in the school. So it is something that we hope to continue for the rest as far as we live. It is something so that we can continue. Every year we come home and then we initiate a project to close all these gaps in the school.
And this year, and I want you to clarify this, so this year has been put together by the 94 group.
So basically, we have what they call the Accra Academy Old Boys Association.
Okay.
That is an umbrella body to see to the development of the school and bringing together all old boys.
Okay.
But this year, for homecoming and speech day, the 94-year group is in focus.
Okay.
So they must see to it that they work with the mother body to organize all activities.
Okay.
But basically, all organization is under the umbrella of the AWOBA. Okay, but 94, we are supposed to be in lead, supported by the like 98, that in some few years they will also be in the lead in terms of organizing the
So typically, how do you fund these activities?
Basically, they are what we call levies that are placed on all the year groups to pool resources to see to the organization of the homecoming.
Okay.
Beyond that, if there are major projects, then basically the approach is that each year group will rally their internal resources to pull up the funds. And then once the project meets the expectation of the larger group, then people will come on board and see to it implementation. So like he said, there's a serious gap in terms of classroom and dormitory infrastructure in the school. So we are teaming up the 94-year group with 95 and 96 to pull 10 million Ghana cedis towards putting up a 3-story, 18-classroom unit block for the school. And we want to do it within 12 to 18 months and deal with that gap. So we are going to raise a seed fund, that's a 3-year group, and they will call upon our juniors and our seniors to pull resources to fill in the gap of 4 million to see to the implementation of the project. So basically, levies are put on us for minor projects, but for big projects, the year group will raise the initial resources, and then others will come on board. Just to add, we did a short cutting about 3 weeks ago, and the special prosecutor and Bulare were guests of honor.
Okay.
These are people who are influential within our circles, and they will rally all of us to see to the development of this particular project.
Now, Bello, talk us through how it is like rallying in, former students of the school, or let's say old boys of the school, in raising funds to put up some of these projects.
To be frank, it's quite challenging. Because all these people also have their, personal needs to cater for. They also have other objectives to follow, be it work or their personal life. So it is quite difficult. But the thing about Accra Academy is that the bond is strong. So in as much as there are these challenges, somehow we're able to pull through. It doesn't start well, but in the end, whatever we set our minds to do, we always achieve those projects. So it's not an easy ride, but then usually they come through. As an all-boys school, it's not like a mixed school where you can have, ladies are more compassionate and all that. And then we have a lot of responsibilities,
Yeah.
So, putting aside such funds for the school, it's not that easy, but we always come through. We always come through.
And if I may just add, I think what we've also realized is that when you take a project that is needed by the school and it's necessary, you'll get people coming on board.
Okay.
So when we started, a lot of ideas came up, but when we decided to tackle the issue of the classroom gap, basically everybody said this is a project that must be done.
Yeah.
And this is the fulcrum around which we all gather to develop. So like he said, boys' schools, most of the time they are suspicious.
Right.
That actually boys go do things. But once the project is good, people will come on board. And we have credible people. Like, you can't expect a special prosecutor to be part of such a project.
Yeah.
And then there will be mismanagement of funds.
Yeah.
And Bulare, huge image.
Oh, Kisi Jabing actually.
Yeah, it's
an old student.
Yeah,
of
1994, solid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And Bulare.
Bulare is also a 94, batch.
Yes. He was our assistant entertainment prefect.
Oh, yes. I see. That's
so we have built something credible for the media entity.
I know. A lot of 94-year, chaps were our friends.
Oh, good.
So
good,
I know
good.
quite a number of them.
Okay, that's
great.
Which school?
There's a gentleman. Well, I went to a better school.
Oh, my brother. I want to get associate.
I went to the best school in Ghana.
Oh, which one is that?
Never heard of the Zebra Boys?
Which school is that?
Oh,
Villa Boys Company. Okay.
Is that this school?
Oh, Villa Boys Company.
Your reaction wasn't encouraging at all.
No, I recall the national the science.
There was what is that?
My.
You haven't heard about the Zebra Boys?
Oh no! I beg.
Actually, most of my good friends actually went to this school. Yeah. So let me tell you a funny story. I actually chose at this school and I got at this school.
Oh, okay.
But for some reason, my mom was like, she wanted me to stay in Accra because I was the only son.
Yes.
And then one day I just went to her office. She just drove me to Accra Academy. She was like, "No, this is your school." They just brought me the prospectus. But it's a decision I've never regretted.
Yes.
Good.
But you know, I just go and you know, boys. So we vibe. Yeah.
Oh, Nick, my boys are like, what is that? You nearly became an alumni of this school. I'm going to Anyway, but I like the theme, you know. Gathering for purpose, because you talked about giving back to the school. It's rather than taking something from the school, and the new role of alumni in the era of free senior high school education. Yeah. So that's the context. The era of free senior high school.
Let me just tell you, I think 2-3 years ago, we went to the annual homecoming.
Okay.
And as boys were chatting, then something struck us that, hey, I've left school after 30 years.
Yes.
What have I given back?
Yeah.
And that is where we felt so sad that we can't continue to be coming to homecoming, do the jama, meet old friends, and that's it.
Yeah.
It must come with a purpose.
Yeah.
You come and re-energize for the future. So we said 30 years. If we don't do anything for the school and we move on to greater glory, God will ask questions of us.
Right. Sure. So tomorrow the event starts.
Yes.
And it starts at 8
Yeah, it starts at 8 a.m.
And it's happening at the OJ Square on campus, isn't it?
Yes.
What more do we need to know about how tomorrow is going to look like?
Okay. So I'll just run through the program lineup. So 8 a.m. is arrival and setup. And then from there we'll do our opening prayer. And then there'll be a tennis competition, free medical screening. You know, as you age, the more you age, there are a lot of things that, you know, a lot of boys, we don't really like going to hospital till we are sick, but which is something that we need to stop. Yes. Of course, we'll do our school anthem, the best school anthem in the world. Yeah. Then we'll have a welcome address by the global president of AOVA, and then the roll call starts. So the roll call is where, so every year group, from all the way from, I think, 50s, 60s, yes, will be called to come on stage to come and deliver a message. Yeah, which is, it's actually very interesting, because when you call the oldies, you see very old people coming there with their stick and all that, but they are still boys. Then you come to the 90s, you know, the golden generation. Then after you have the, you know, the millennium kids and all that. So it gives, like, you know, you get to see all the generations and all that. Then we'll have the swearing in of new executives. That's for 99. So I'm part of the new executives for the 99 group. Then we would have Scrabble competitions. We'll have a sword cutting for below 205, because usually when you finish school, we give you a certain number of years before we inaugurate you into the Old Boys Association. So 2005 guys will be will inaugurate them, and then we'll do roll call. Then the roll call will continue all the way till Mama calls.
Yeah. And I think Mama will call.
You're sleeping there.
In our disco, our code, when we want to do a roll call, we say "fall in, please," and we know what that means. Yes. When they say "fall in, please," you know what that means. This is what he missed. He missed. Well, missed it big time. Anyway, so.
You want to balance it?
Yes. So before you, so it's a 2-day affair. So tomorrow,
no,
it's just tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
Tomorrow.
All right. So, at the end of the day, that's my penultimate question to you. At the end of the day, how would you want to describe this as a success? What is it that you want to see for you to come to the conclusion that, look, this event this year has been very successful? What benchmark are you using?
Okay. Usually we are using the projects that were initiated. So let's say. So the projects that were initiated. So let's say after the event, usually, because of course there will be milestones. Because you initiate a project, and then you have to follow a particular timeline. And there'll be milestones. So we use all those things to judge the progress. Usually it's not instant. It's a continuum. So we use that to judge the event that has been initiated, as well as previous events like 4, 5, 6 years. Because there are some events that some projects that are like 5, 6 years that were supposed to be completed this year or next year. So it's a continuum. So that's how we use to judge the success of the event.
All right. So before you leave here, you can't leave here without singing your school ode.
Hey, for sure.
You know, we have the best, you know that.
No. We shall see.
We have a school.
You will join us in singing.
Really?
When we are done with ours.
So you sing it, and then the public will judge.
Okay.
Before you take leave of us.
You have built nations of men.
Pam, pam, pam.
will make great men of them.
Pam, pam, pam.
Generations of scholars salute you, black and grey acknowledge you. A lifetime of feeding in thoughts, in words and deeds. Latin. Esekwan widere, esekwan widere, esekwan widere. True to the spirit we live. Grab the substance. Grab the substance. Leave the shadow. Leave the shadow. Then onward. Then onward to the truth. Esekwan we are great family. Are we now in Ellen house, the house of no regrets? From here our little minds were shaped to serve our nation great. Oh Lord, to thee we dedicate Accra Academy. Esekwan we say and blow Accra House of no regret.
Yes.
House of no regret.
A school of no regrets.
Who produced the school, Lord?
Michael Jackson.
Who produced it?
Michael Jackson.
No. You want a copy of this? Yes. You want a copy of this?
Yes. If now.
Yes, copy of this.
Yes, please.
You see, I named myself Dr. Raymond Ndila, Accra Academy.
Okay.
89 to 94.
Okay.
You see my signature?
Yes.
Then 96. You see my signature?
Yes.
We'll give you a copy. You'll get all the things.
You know, once I was listening to the song, you know what I said?
No.
You know how a typical Hausa man will say, Wa shwe.
It is better.
Anyway.
Blow.
I wanted to ask what the blow. Where's the blow coming from? Just 30 seconds.
You know, Achimota, they were the great schools then.
Okay.
But ours was created for the poor who could not have access to those schools.
Right.
So they thought they were in charge of everything.
Okay.
Then we had an athletics competition.
Okay.
Went to Kumasi. On our way, they showed us that we were the poor guys.
Okay.
We did the athletics.
Yeah.
We won all the laurels.
Okay.
So when we were coming back, then we started saying,
Okay.
You see, we don't rush.
Yeah.
Our record will show.
Okay.
So, so on the return journey, it was
Okay.
The noise stopped from the Chimotans.
Okay.
Yabukum.
Okay.
That is where you see the beginning of Accra Academy.
All right.
Okay.
I'll, you know, our head of production, Annie. You know, she's a composer and a musician.
Yeah.
She would help you improve your song.
I'm sure by now, Charlie, she's dying over the songs.
She's even dying. She's committed to doing that, so I'm sure she'll meet you. Yes. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, you too.
You have never lost any battle.
So that's Raymond N.D. Labi with the, Accra 94-year group, and also Bello Sida Haruna. He's with the 99-year-old group of Accra Academy. It's about their homecoming, which is happening tomorrow. So we're all, invited, isn't it? Yeah. We're all invited to participate and, come and observe how things go. Have a good day. Thanks. All right. So this is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. We just we've been having an interaction with the old students of Accra Academy, and it's about their homecoming, which is starting tomorrow. It's going to be a big event. Please, if you don't have any other event or program for tomorrow that you've already planned for, please join them, because it will be an interesting one indeed. Anyway, so Guess what? We have a guest who's joining us in a matter of seconds, and should I tell you who these guests are? Or let's take a break. Stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with us.
Sewujinudia obeya mauda eya wawe juma no yeho nyami wohoda Sewujinudia obeya mauda.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
What iPhone, Papa? You were home.
So open iPhone's accessories papa dia menhwe baby ya
me mo akwa ba EBA phones and accessories.
Sebani EBA yeton iPhones any ho accessories. iPhone 50 XL cost 16 Pro Max. Accessories ye wo charger, AirPods any iPhone ho akade nyina. Nianoma ye ni sikapudu e de beto iPhone. Say ya ankrankre, boja and na say abon adwuma ye phone nyina. For 40% beji iPhone bia ope. Na nia aka no wo de bosome miensa. Etua ne nkakra. E kwan ya obefa so de achi enyi. Dial *713*5571#. Oba, sheno so se wo de wo Ghana card. Eni nia ye kire se wo ye adwuma. Hwehwe ye kire kwan e wo circle mo. Eni tip tolling ye ni modern photos enchen ho a. Afein so se wo ba American Mall ye ni odo rice eni edi nhwani. Kuma senso ye wo edum Central Prisons roundabout ejekum abonsan ni mo. Freyen e wo numbers na ebu screen ni so no. EBA phones no hassle cra.
Wabedum time aso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Mekwaya mabesisia. Abozege. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I tell me. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready? Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral? At to phone for Aerofield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
No mum share nanda danya was mosquito call esudu womunumu. Na say spray with them musa. Chaisima edronum ansana ko dynamo.
And Kratoi FDA Ajatum.
Tucked between the vibrant energy of Accra and the scenic charm of the Kwabenya Hills, our gated community offers the perfect blend of tranquility and accessibility. Welcome to Rehoboth Knightsbridge, where nature meets opportunity. Secure your future with fully serviced plots with well-tarred roads, reliable drainage systems, electricity and water. Build your dream home in a community that cares for your well-being and safety. Indulge in premium amenities that redefine luxury living: a swimming pool, tennis court, basketball court, sauna and steam in the iconic shopping mall, all within reach. It's more than just a space. It's your sanctuary in the city. Wake up to mountain views, take a jog under palm-lined paths, and experience the perfect balance of city access and natural beauty. Starting at just 450,000 cedis with flexible payment plans. Visit www.rehobothpropertiesgh.com or call or WhatsApp 024-476-4499 or 020-495-0810. Rehoboth Properties, quality housing for all.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey him later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the pure cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it away, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream, and this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend?
Thank you. Basically, I'm here. I'm an SM fan. But principally, the reason why I'm here is very simple. That I want to protest what I have been protesting since the beginning of the year. That bail conditions should not be the new strategy to keep people behind bars. And it's been the consistent strategy of this government since they took office that they give onerous bail conditions. That is difficult to meet. 10 million, should Shatta Wale go and sell his balls to raise the 10 million? Everybody knows Shatta Wale in this country and outside. You can give him a self-recognizance bail because Shatta Wale is known. Everywhere you want to find Shatta Wale, wherever he goes, you will find him. So to keep him in this manner is unacceptable. And you say you are doing investigation. Assuming you are done, and Shatta Wale has done no crime, you have dented his entire brand, everything. Can't we do these things in a more refined manner? And I have been saying this thing since they started this unreasonable arrest and imposing bail conditions. When they started with Wuntumi, Hanan, and virtually top MPP officials, today they have left politicians. They are coming into the creative arts. They are going after our stars, celebrities, people who take our creativity outside. When they finish, they have started beating journalists. They are beating journalists. When they finish beating you, they will start arresting you and doing the same things they are doing now, imposing onerous and unfulfillable bail conditions on you. As citizens of Ghana, we should decry this thing. We should say no, it is not right. And that's why I've come here to add my voice to it, that my position is principled. All the time when I come here and I'm protesting these things, it's a very principled position that I have taken. That what they are doing is wrong, it's against law, it's unconscionable, and it's against any sensible human rights practice anywhere. That bail conditions are used as conduit to arrest and detain people.
Finally, your artist has been released. How excited are you?
Oh, I am excited. I mean, pam. Don't joke with Shatta. Pam. Don't joke. Wale. Yes. Beyond that, the government should be responsible, be reasonable in dealing with citizens. Nobody is a second-class citizen because you are not an NDC person. They don't arrest anybody in the NDC. Over the weekend, or some few days ago, one riffraff, one vagabond went to attack nurses at rich hospitals. He's still walking free. But you come and arrest Shatta Wale for what? Because he's going to buy a car, a Lamborghini. This is absolute nonsense. You understand? So the government should stop what they are doing. And on this note, I'm calling on all civil society organizations that speak out. The religious bodies, everybody should speak out. What is going on in Ghana is no more normal. It's abnormal. The government is oppressing the people. And it must stop now. You may think that when they are doing to MPP people, it is right. No, when they finish it to MPP people, they'll start looking for new people. And that's where we don't know who is next. Thank you.
Shatta is safe, your king is safe, Wandon is safe, and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys, the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original Wandon, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there, you guys really took me through that rightful processes that, was needed. And I just want to say God bless you, and, to Mr. Ramonacha needed. And I just want to say God bless you. Came there, you guys really, everybody that has been in support of this, shouts to Neo Original Wandon, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of Yoko, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there, you guys really took me through that rightful processes that, was needed. And I just want to say God bless you, and, to Mr. Ramonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding.
The good news is that Shatta Wale has been granted bail and he has been released. Finally, at the moment, he's been released to go home. Once again, another good news is that the bail conditions was reduced from 10 million to 5 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties. And that is what we are all happy about. So to the media guys who came to cover this event, to the fans especially, and to the management people, as well as some friends and supporters of Shatta movement, we want to say we are grateful. God bless you so much, and thank you for your continued support. Shatta Wale is
that's why it's a king's bed. No throne, no rope, just a shadow shed. Brick by brick, we built from pain. Under the streets lights, we carve our name. There was no love, didn't see our fight. We chased the dawn through endless nights. Street
Yeah, so you're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. And now the show, once again, is live on 94.1 FM. I told you that I have some very, 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 very fantastic guests for you today. And two of them. One is making his maiden appearance. He's never been on the show before, I think. And also, one is a regular, but he hasn't been here in a while. So I'm talking about the man, so my guest today, Mr. Paul Adom Ochri. He's my colleague here at Metro Television, journalist, and also former board chair of the Ghana Airport Company Limited. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Mauro. Thank you very much. And good morning to viewers. It's always lovely to be on Metro TV.
You sound more like you're doing Good Evening Ghana. Yeah, that's how you sign in on Good Evening Ghana. It's viewers. Good evening.
Yeah.
Welcome to Good Evening Ghana. Hope you're doing well, sir.
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And also on the other side is Mr. Kwejo Chum Boafo, who is the acting CEO of the Financial Intelligence Center. Good morning, Kwejo.
Good morning, Mauro. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing very well too.
I'm doing very well.
The family, everybody fine?
Everybody is good.
We thank God. Thanks. Then also, but Paul, it's your first time here. I don't know how the feeling is like.
Yeah, I think the morning feels better than the evening. But you said Kojo is on the other side. He's not. I'm on the same side with him.
Okay.
On many things. So I'm sure that. But it's nice. It's good. I watch Good Morning Ghana all the time, and I'm happy to be here.
All right. You know, there's a very popular saying that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. You said you're always on the side. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
But Paul, let me ask you this. I've been wanting to ask you this, and now that you're on the show, so I watch your show fairly regularly. I've been talking about Good Evening Ghana, and one of the things that I notice, so 1 minute you're singing, the next minute you are, you're joking about an issue. The next minute you're very serious. The next minute you do more of analysis, touchscreen, and so on. What inspires you really to keep doing the things you do?
I'm just a news reporter, so I like to report the news, and I like to give the various dimensions of the news. I just love journalism. I thought that I wish the whole world was running journalism 24/7. So. It's just the passion about news, that's all. That's what inspires me. And the belief that I have been called to do this, that's also very important.
Have there been times when you have had some regrets as a journalist?
As a news reporter, yeah, maybe. I have to think about it because I thoroughly so love the job that even when it looks like a bad situation, I can look at the good of it and deal with it. So I have to think about all of these. If we are doing a personality interview, I'll be ready for that.
Right. All right. Kojo, how is FIC?
Oh, it's challenging, very challenging, but I'm built for challenges. So we are pushing on. The most important confrontation that I'm facing now is ensuring that Ghana sails through the mutual evaluation exercise, because we presented ourselves to be the first candidates, so to speak, to be assessed by our peers, and we have to sail through to ensure that Ghana is not grey listed or blacklisted. We want to make sure that when you are sending transfers to your girls abroad, it's not a problem. I'm not going to mention Paul. Paul doesn't do transfers.
Yes. No, he doesn't.
No, he does not do transfers.
He
only does Momo, but Momo is covered.
Yeah, Momo is okay.
But before
except
I say anything,
he's never sent me Momo before. So he'll do that this morning.
No, you do. You are non-scoring. Why would you tell me that?
Oh, Kojo.
I hope Madam is asleep.
No, he will send the Momo right now, and I'll show it to you. Thank you, straight.
Before we go any further, let me wish my brother Kwame a happy 50th birthday. It's tomorrow, but I want to do it now. Even though he's my younger brother, who I held his hand and took him to Achimota School. He's been a titan in my life, and to illustrate how much he means to me, as we speak now, I'm still on bail at Yoko, and the bail is on his head.
Oh, interesting.
Since 2017, I'm on bail at Yoko. 1 million cedis, and it's still on his head. And you know, now that the city is doing better, my bail amount is becoming considerable. So I want to say thank you to him, and I also want to say thank you to his wife for tolerating him all these years.
Yeah.
Mama C, happy birthday to you too, and his 3 beautiful kids, who I take as my own. So, Kwame, happy birthday, happy 50th birthday. Welcome to the 5th floor. You know, on the 5th floor, every morning when you wake up, something is wrong.
Yeah.
When you wake up and you don't feel like something is wrong, then it's not an ordinary day. Yeah. This morning, I woke up in the morning and my foot is hurting. I haven't done anything. I've not fallen down. My foot is just hurting. So, welcome to the 5th floor. Take all your medications and take it regularly.
That's all. That's all. Paul actually hit the 5th floor in March.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Is it late to say happy belated birthday?
Yeah, I accept it. Thank you very much.
Right.
He didn't tell anybody because he didn't have a party. He didn't want to have a party. He didn't want us to come.
Did you throw a party?
No, I haven't.
He didn't do a party. He didn't tell anyone. He didn't want us to come and chop his money. He didn't do anything.
You know, he throws a party every year on his birthday. You know, there's something he does. That's how big a deal his birthday is to him.
I had the unfortunate misfortune of spending my 50th birthday in Ioko. So.
Oh. 50th birthday in Ioko. Wow. What was your crime?
Well, what has been my crime? What I suffered under Kufuor, what has been my crime? 7:25, I was supposed to report. It was a Monday. So I was there till 5 p.m. And then they came to ask me who called me.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You went.
Unfortunately, I didn't have. I didn't know that I could mass people to come to the outskirts of Yoko, because I could easily have called my people from Latte and Ekropon to come and mass up outside Yoko. Any of the 30 plus times that I was there, and I was. But I spent my 50th birthday in Yoko. Yeah. It's sad.
Anyway, you know when
I'm still on bail.
You're still on bail, yeah. You mentioned it. Yeah. We'll talk. We'll find time to talk about that. But you know when the gallant 8 perished in that tragic fashion, you know, you're one of the few people who came to mind relative to Dr. Omane Boama and how closely related you were to him. How have you been taking this very, very unfortunate incident since it happened?
You know, it's hard for me to talk about, and now I talk about what I went through in 2017. Dr. Omane Boama was on. He was studying at the time in LSE. When I was arrested and he heard about it, he came down from London. He came to spend a week with me. At that time, he hadn't even settled his wife and his children properly, but he took a break to come and solidarize with me. It's, you know, it's beyond difficult what has happened to him. I and all the others, you know, I am grieving, but I can't make a public display of it, because Omane Boama has been my comrade in arms. Both he and Murtala have been my comrades in arms for over 20 years. Over 20 years. I don't think a week has passed that I didn't hear from either of them. In fact, 2 days before this incident happened, I spoke with him.
Wow.
We were discussing issues relating to Akwetia, and it's, you know, I can call his phone and imagine that he will pick up, but he won't. I can go to his house and he won't be there. And soon it will be years since he's been gone. We will keep celebrating or observing the date that this tragedy happened. But he's gone. We've lost one of the... Omani Boma was a man of superior intellect. He was calm. He was efficient. And when anything happened in a crisis, he was always the calmest person in the room. I mean, I know he was a doctor, and so, you know, I thought that after President Mills passed, I had seen enough, you know, because I was one of the first people on the scene on that day. But this was hard. It's very hard to take because I don't know what I would say to his children. I don't know what I would say to Rita. I can't even begin to imagine how his kids are coping with this terrible, terrible tragedy. And let me offer them my deepest condolences. You know, to say that he's gone but not forgotten, it's just, in Cree we say, it's just really hard. There isn't too much that I can say. You know, just yesterday I was telling Felix that I was speaking to Felix. And,
you mean of Kwacho Fosu?
Kwacho Fosu. I was telling him that he should start behaving because since Omani is now gone, I'm the only person who can bail him out when he gets into trouble. And, you know, we try to find right. It's really hard. It's really hard. You know, all I can say is that Omani the year, you know, we will. I hope to see you sometime. Hopefully not too soon, because we do my and we'll be bad money. You know, it's really, really, really hard. And it puts into focus your own mortality.
Yeah.
I mean, you say it's good he was close to, he was very close to Paul too. Omani had a lot of relationships with a lot of people. I mean, for me, him, Ablakwa, and Felix, we were perhaps the original front four of the babies with sharp teeth. So I hope he has met our elders and our founders and all those who have gone before us. And I hope they are happy with the work he has done, because he left an indelible mark. I mean, he was the director of our elections during the last election. And Omani was such a perfectionist. He was so precise. He left nothing to detail. And his work you saw the result. I dare say we had a candidate in whom Ghanaians saw light, because Ghanaians realized that they had treated him badly in 2016. They had believed the lies, they had believed the deceit, but Omani was the architect. He left nothing to chance. He left absolutely nothing to chance. Before the election results came, he knew what it was going to be. I remember after collating the results of the place that I was in charge of, I called him and I told him that, look, this thing is looking really good, because for the first time, President Mahama was winning in areas that NDC had never won. He was winning twice the votes of Dr. Baumia. Yes, granted that the MPP were our best campaign managers, but Omani did a spectacular job. Because even if you are offered favor, you need to grab it. And he did so with the precision, you know, of platinum tipped tool. He was absolutely the perfectionist. He left nothing to chance. He covered all his bases. He had his contingencies in place. Omani knew everything he wanted to do. He knew how this election was going to go. And so, for me, what we have lost is like an army that has lost a general. You know, it's like we've lost Eisenhower, you know, the supreme commander of the Allied forces. We've lost him. And it's going to be very difficult to replace his intellect, his depth of knowledge, 20 years of operational knowledge, 20 plus years of operational knowledge in how our political systems work. And I don't know what to say anymore. Like I said, he was very close to Paul too, and you, and many others. So I hope that as time goes by, we live to appreciate his good work. You know, I don't want to get emotional because it's taken a very, very heavy toll on me personally. I have to realize that I can't call him in the mornings anymore, or he can't call me anymore. We can't have a discussion on where to go next after something has happened. We can't plan. But at this point, his family, his wife and his kids and his mother will miss him more than me. So who am I to sit here and ululate more than the bereaved? But Omani was all our Omani. He belonged to all of us. Like I earlier alluded to, he took time off his studies to come and be with me when I was arrested. Such was the nature of the man. He was available for everybody. He was available for everybody. You get in trouble and call him. And he's right there. It's unfortunate that we couldn't be there for him in his time of need. But I also, pardon me, but I don't want to say that it is well, because it's not well. I also don't want to say that God gives and God takes away. What kind of God takes away a man in his prime? What kind of God takes away a man from his family in this manner? So, pardon me if I'm sounding agnostic, but I just want to live with the pain of what we've lost.
Oh, yeah.
If we had lost our money due to illness, I would have been able to at least console myself, you know. I just, yeah, it's just what it is, man.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you have something to say?
Oh, well, it's very sad. It's very, very sad. We all, I mean, what can you say? I think what we should be focused on now is one of the important consolations for all of us and the families is to get the full detail of what happened. And I'm sure that the government is working very hard on that. Once we understand what happened, it will not bring back the people, but it will help us to understand that we now know what happened and we know what to do so that it doesn't happen again. That's always the important thing. The thing with the history of human beings is to get better, correct things that happened, and that's why investigations are important, so that over the years we live better and safer because we now know what happened and we can correct it. And it's very, very important for us to find out what really happened, and that's what we are all waiting for. Hopefully, that will bring us some 1% compensation, because the lives lost are dear to everyone. The lives lost are dear to their families. They are dear to everyone. The fact that they are young people and who are very active in what they are doing, are the most active part of their lives. They're taking off in that manner. I mean, that's very heavy to take. Very, very, very heavy to take. You know, so look at Samuel Abuaje, for instance. Very young, hard-working, very, you know, a guy who was about to inspire many teenagers. And then look at their families. Somebody had 2-month-old baby. Another just got married. You know, some have children who are teenagers who need their parents most at that time. It's complicated. Very, very sad. Very, very, very sad. But hopefully the results of the investigations will come out and we can all discuss it.
How's your relationship like with, say, Buama, Murtala, you know, and the others?
The same political relationship we all have. And I said on TV the other day that depending on the kind of part of politics you play, your good friends are those who play the same role on the other side. I use the football example, that if the Hearts are playing Kotoko on the field and the Hearts of a goalkeeper makes a mistake and he concedes a goal, one of the people who feel for him most on the field is a Kotoko goalkeeper, right? Because he can understand what happened and he feels for him. He's won a goal, but he feels for him the most. So that's how the politics is. So if you are in communication, then your Manibo Ames and Ofusuko Achis, and they are always your people. And sometimes people don't know, but sometimes you run a communication effort for a party. The first person who calls you is the opponent and says, Charlie, you got your second paragraph wrong. You shouldn't have said that. He's the same person who's taking advantage of it, but he's the same person. That's the relationship behind the scenes that people don't know. Those who are in defense and intelligence, they talk to each other. So something happens and then the MPP people who are calling the NDC, Defense Minister or Minister for National Security and asking him that, Charlie, but how did you get this so badly wrong? Then they are sympathizing with him. So people see politicians quarrel, but they don't know that behind the scenes, they feel for each other. The genuineness of the work is that we all want Ghana to survive. And we all take political advantage sometimes. What gets concerning, which we can talk about later, is when things that we are not supposed to take advantage of, we take advantage of. And that has come up after this plane crash and President Mohammed's travels in a very big way, that there are certain things that we have to leave politics out of it and just settle it as a national issue and move on. Because sometimes politicians don't find enough things to take advantage of that are legitimate, like policy, like programs, like things that go to parliament, like governance systems. They do not want to do the hard work to try and get what is wrong with these systems. Recently, there's been a lot of real videos on the UK prime minister and the opposition leader, the lady, and you see they're addressing really hardcore policy issues. So when politicians don't want to do the work to address the hardcore policy issues, then you find them taking advantage of things that they need not take advantage of. Because as human beings, we are all susceptible to price increases. We are all susceptible to difficult life. So when there's difficult life, we all blame the politician. If a politician takes advantage of the difficult life occurring and suggests something that he ought not to be taking political advantage of, we can get into real problem. And that's the danger that seems to be creeping into our politics. I give you an example. If, for instance, I'm a political party A, and they come and tell me that my opponent, political party B, has killed somebody by drunk driving, and he's killed somebody. I can look at the situation and decide whether I want to take advantage of it or not. But at least the situation has happened. So you get a politician who will say that, no, this one, let's not take advantage of it. Let's talk about other things. Other people will take advantage of it. Those who take advantage of it, you can berate them, but at least they are taking advantage of something that has happened. Then there's another scenario where they say that, we saw this politician, he nearly knocked down a lady. He was very lucky. Did he knock down the lady? No, he didn't, but he nearly. Let's go and say he knocked down the lady. That's the bad part. That's what taking advantage of something that doesn't exist. And then there are other things that are fixed, that there are privileges and what they call the perquisites of people's office. So a president, for security reasons, cannot drive on the streets of Accra and be in traffic for security reasons. So if I see the president run off from the traffic with 8 cars, and I say as a politician, look at the president, when we are all in traffic, he is driving. That's dangerous. You can't take advantage of that, because you can take advantage of that, because people will be angry. People are in traffic, the sun is burning, we are in trotro, and then suddenly we hear re. If it is the president, that is his entitlement. If it's some other people, we can complain about it. But if a politician says that when we are all in traffic, the president is driving with 8 cars, those are the things that we must have a way to look at and cut them out of the political conversation, and then we can move on. I think that's very, very, very important.
Okay. Right. So
More, let me just say, you see, Paul.
Yes, sir.
I think that there's a thin line between what people want to accept as what is due public officials and what people see as politicians not caring. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. So when you have a president who, let me go back to the last administration, who rents private jets and hits the skies, and his defense minister comes to tell us that he needs to take a shower on his way to wherever he's going to go. It draws the eye of the people. You see, in this country, and Paul, you're a businessman. I mean, you pay taxes. The Ghanaian is the most overtaxed species this side of the Sahara. When you go and eat in a restaurant, look at your bill. When you buy anything, look at your bill. When you import a car, look at your bill. So what the Ghanaian people expect from politicians is a certain amount of recognition that most of the politicians are living, especially when you're in office, you are living off their taxes. So they get upset when they see a presidential convoy of 40 cars. They get really upset. And rightfully so, because the president of this country does not need a convoy of 40 cars. The Prime Minister of Sweden cycles to work, right? And the Prime Minister of Sweden lives in a country that manufactures Volvo. Volvo is one of the biggest vehicle manufacturers and indeed defense contractors. They manufacture Saab. Saab Industries build aircraft. I mean, for any of you who have been to Sweden, there isn't a speck of dust to be found in the street. Their prime minister cycles to work. I'm not saying that the circumstances are the same here, but what I am a disciple of is recognizing the pain of the Ghanaian. Because as we sit here, there are many people who have been affected by DDEP, and so their children, on September 1st, schools open. Their children are going to have a problem going to school. So if those of us in political office get up and flaunt political office whilst encumbering the people's taxes, I think it's problematic. We need to show a certain level of humility. It is very important. And the results of the last election should tell everybody who is in public office that you are there at the behest of the Ghanaian people. So when the Ghanaian people give the person whose face you put on the ballot the opportunity to lead, let's do just that. Let's better their circumstances. Let's better their roads. I mean, as an engineer, I am appalled at the levels to which our infrastructure has plummeted. Because when I was a kid in Achimota School, there was an asphalt road from here to Nsawam. Right? It was built by Oyuku contractors. Kelvin Otri's father, he was a contractor. He built that road when I was a little kid. Today, in that same spot, what is there? What we do in this country is that we talk a lot, and we are not doing enough. The young people in this country have exploded because we are the same people who are procreating and having the children. We are the education system is completely messed up. So what education are we giving them? And we've turned talking about turning topical issues into political issues. The last government used free SHS as if it was tea, bread and butter. Free SHS, although not a bad thing, had a lot of interstitial difficulties. It had teething difficulties. And instead of us addressing it as we should have done, we use free SHS to do politics. Everything that the previous government had to address, they had to begin with free SHS. If you ask them anything, free SHS. Even maternal mortality was getting better because of free SHS.
Okay.
And today we are where we are.
We are where we are. I agree with you.
Yeah, we are where we are.
I agree with you.
Paul,
yeah, how you finish?
some of the things that anger people is that when, for example, we have a discussion about, why don't we get a new aircraft for the president?
I was just about to get there.
I wanted to make a point before that, but when
you see, let me just round up quickly. In 2009, the Togolese used $40 million to start A-Sky. Right? Today, where is A-Sky? If you are going anywhere in this sub-region, you will fly A-Sky. We collapsed Ghana Airways. And some people stole Ghana Airways' landed property, sold their aircraft, sold their engines. So when the young people ask us that instead of buying the president a new aircraft, Why don't you start a new airline? It's a legitimate concern. Because Kwame Nkrumah started Ghana Airways. At its zenith, Ghana Airways employed over 4,000 people. What did we do? We collapsed Ghana Airways and sold Ghana Airways flats at Kwabenya to some unscrupulous people. I don't want to mention their names, they know themselves. Right? All of Ghana Airways' assets, their pilots, Captain Freddie Wolf, Ethiopian Airlines, Captain Sunkwa Mills, Qatar Airways, Captain Lee Hesse, Singapore Airlines, Captain Joe Kwao, Emirates. I could go on and on and on and on about what the human resource that Ghana Airways created is benefiting others. So I'm happy that the president has put in place a team to see whether we can get a new airline. And this time, I hope that we don't go to KPMG for them to write a report and say that we cannot have an airline. Because we can. British Airways have a monopoly route between Accra and London, so they charge $5,000 plus for a business class ticket. We sold our early morning slot at Heathrow Airport. We sold it. We need to do right by the young people in this country. We need to do right. Tomorrow, me, you, and Paul, right? In essence, our lives have been lived. But what about our children? I have an 11-year-old who is going back to school on September 1st. He says he wants to be a medical officer. That's his dream. What am I doing as his parent to ensure that he's able to enjoy the same things that I enjoyed when I was in Achimota School? Incidentally, Paul and I, our children are in the same class. Same class. So maybe we can afford a little extra to pay. But what about Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D? Whose children have to get all A's at SHS and then go for an interview? Which interview, if you fail, your all A's doesn't matter. And it's all because of capacity. I dare say that a C student can become a medical officer. No. Right? A C student can become a medical officer. In Cuba, doctors are trained in polytechnics. So we are leaving a lot of our young people behind, and woe betide us. Examples abound. When somebody motivates them to take up arms against us, they'll blame all of us. It doesn't matter what party you support, they'll blame all of us. So we need to offer better circumstances to the young people in this country. We have no excuse. And I am glad that President Mahama has taken that challenge and he is effecting it without any equivocation.
Yeah. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I like Kojo's verve. But you see, the problem that he's addressing is an interesting one. It is because we have not focused on policy. And he was talking about this issue of when people get angry, when politicians are taking advantage of their taxes and all of that. This issue about presidential motorcade, there are videos circulating today berating John Mohammed's motorcade over the last 8 months. If you watch those videos and you watch Akufo-Addo's motorcade, it looks the same. You can go back to Akufo, it looks the same. The conversation is the same. Why don't we come out as people? And we may be failing the young people he's talking about. Maybe it is this generation that has failed them since 2008 because we have refused to delineate on paper what a politician can do and what a politician cannot do. Every ill that you can say about the history of NDC, you may find the same about MPP. It is true that NDC won the last elections, and it will not be the last election that NDC ever wins. But it's also true that NDC have lost elections arbitrarily and abysmally before. It is true that free SHS was a policy that was touted by the Akufo-Addo government. But it's not just free SHS. There was STEM education, there was ICT kindergarten, there was 80 educational projects opened one day, there was fees for all public schools, BEC, absorbed by the government for the first time. There was 3,000 education infrastructure projects completed. STEM was introduced to this country by Akufo-Addo. It's for the young people. They are benefiting from it. There were 300 science laboratories instituted across Ghana. In sports, there were 3 AstroTurfs in 2016. By the time Akufo-Addo was leaving, it's 150. There were 300 ambulances nationwide put across. There was free TVET, which was novel, never happened. There were several model STEM schools built, Abomosu STEM School, Penkasu STEM School, Dabiasu STEM School. STEM. Ghana leads in STEM because of Akufo-Addo's vision. There was Agenda 111, which was supposed to have 111 hospitals. It ended up having less than 10% of it, but it was a project started. There was upgrading of police and security services. There were 3 helicopters to the police. Today we are hearing that they were bought old, etc., etc. There were restoration of trainee fee allowances, which President Mahama is continuing. There was free dialysis, sickle cell, and childhood, which President Mahama is continuing under Mahama Care. There was 1 district, 1 factory. These are the things that have to be done, that every government can say these are the things that we have done to move forward. But importantly, so that we don't take advantage of each other in a way that another one can take advantage 8 years' time. Because it will happen. President Mahama became president in January. By March, he traveled somewhere and then you see the video. Somebody standing, somebody standing, say, Shwe Mahama cars. And he's counting and it is there. Just coming from the same election where we campaigned that somebody was doing it because we have refused to delineate certain things. When the budget for the Jubilee House was issued and they said media and communication is 78 million, then NDC said the MPP's own was more. MPP said NDC's own is more. Why can't Parliament have a decision-making system that says that this is the president's convoy? Every president will have this convoy. But because if we keep on taking advantage and there's no delineation of what has to be done and what should not be done, and that is a failure of this generation, especially the politicians since 2004, 2008. We talk about, Kojo makes a point about Ghana Airways and how we lost Ghana Airways. The Ghana Airways problem is something that started under something called DIC, he knows it, Diversity Implementation Committee. The Rawlings government felt that there were too many state-owned enterprises that were not performing. It is true that Kwame Nkrumah set up Ghana Airways. Sometime in the 80s, Kwesi Botwe read the budget. And the whole Ghana was shocked to know that Ghana Airways tickets were being subsidized by the Ministry of Finance. That if individuals buy tickets on Ghana Airways, it was being subsidized. It was good for the 1960s to give the Ghanaians the exposure that we need. But it was irrelevant in the 1980s. And that was saddling the government of Ghana with so much debt owed to Ghana Airways. So that process began, the deconstruction of Ghana Airways as an entity that was not properly managed in the financial sense, began in the Rawlings era, and it came to Kufuor's era, and he took the decision that we have to perhaps change it into Ghana International Airline, blah, 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 blah. Mistakes could have been made. But these are things that you can't put on one political party or the other. That's a point I'm making, that it is very, very important that we begin to set out these things. Otherwise, in 2008, we say Kufuor is a villain. In 2023, we say he's a hero. Same Kufuor. He didn't do anything after 2008. It is the same set of facts that delivered him in an equation as a villain in 2008, same set of facts delivers Kufuor in 2024 as a hero, not by MPP, but by NDC. The NDC that said that Kufuor was a villain with the same set of facts of Kufuor's administration came back in 2023 in pointing out by Akufo-Addo's faults and Bawumia's faults, said that Kufuor is far better than all of you. President Mahama lost elections in 2016. President Mahama won elections in 2024. So until and unless we understand, like it is in many developed societies, that we have to delineate what we can discuss and what Parliament must agree on. So we know that the salary of a president is agreed on by a commission that is set up every now and then through the parliamentary process. So nobody complains about salary of a president. whatever other things that are done, whether the president can carry his own chair, whether chief executives can carry their own chair, whether the president's motorcade must have 3 cars, 2 cars, 7 cars, 8 cars, those things should be delineated so that the political class can be left with policy. What is TVET? Why did you bring TVET? It's a bad policy, so we can discuss policy and leave out, oh, people are suffering and we are on the taxpayers, you're on the taxpayers' neck, and one politician points to them. You see, whilst you are suffering, he is traveling to Britain with the president in business class. Whilst you are suffering, he is doing that. Whilst you are suffering, President Mahama came and announced the policy of his ministers should not travel in first class. Should that be a political question for the president? No. It should be a delineated matter in parliament. So you know a rank from chief director travels this way, deputy minister travels this way, and every deputy minister, whether regime A or regime B. Until and unless we get there, our politics will be, you chook me, I chook you. That's, as they say, dog bites dog. That's where we are. And if we continue that, it is we, myself, Kojo, and others who have failed the generation that he's complaining about. Because it is time for us to stop the politics of dog eats dog, and let's understand that, let's get into policy. Akufo-Addo has rolled out, according to him, X number of policies. Let us discuss it. Mr. Akufo-Addo, your free SHS, these are the issues with it. But if we say that, oh, Mr. Akufo-Addo, you traveled with this plane and you went here, and then it was a decision by the Air Force because some plane is not working. Another president comes, the situation arises, and then we are all over the place because we don't have a line item that is explaining how the president should behave. And that brings me to the Shatta Wale issue. It is important for us to I was reading this book the other day, and I was reading about the 1874 prime minister, and somebody said, the writer said that a politician's fortune changed because the Tories came back to power and they arrested him, blah, blah, blah. This was in 1874. So I noticed that, oh, this was happening in England. It is important for us to reduce discretion of state actors and the public office holders. We have done some. The 1992 Constitution brought about when people are arrested, you have to, within 48 hours, charge them. That was a very important delineation of how discretion can be applied. Now we are all talking about and seeing all kinds of articles about bail. There has to be a clear delineation. Could you sit here and he's on bail in Iyoko? Is that not ridiculous? There has to be a clear way in which we understand and delineate the bail so that the person who has the discretion of the state authority to institute the bail is working within limits. Currently, the police work within the limits of the 1992 Constitution. Can we imagine, before the 1992 Constitution came, when there was no delineation of how long you can hold somebody before you charge them, what was happening in our criminal justice system? These are the important things that this generation of politicians must look at. How do politicians behave? How should they behave? If you read Lee Kuan Yew, he was paying politicians a lot of money for achieving results. That's a model that worked. People of Singapore, the opposition in Singapore, could have risen up and said that Lee Kuan Yew is paying $1 million to a minister. But Lee Kuan Yew said that, look, let me get the best and the most attractive people for Singapore to be able to move the country forward. What moves the country forward is not rhetoric. What moves the country forward is cogent thinking that brings out policy. That's what moves Singapore forward. That's what moves America forward. That's what moves Britain forward. It's not the propaganda and the policy. That's okay. We can all do that. That's fine. But what really moves the country forward is the policy thinking. That's very important. So we say that in 1957, we say that we are going to take independence to show that, after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. Beautiful propaganda rings through our ears, inspires all of us. 68 years later, were we able to put the policies in to achieve that purpose? Singapore was able to do it. In the late 80s, the East Asian Tigers were able to do it. So it is important for this generation of very clever politicians to begin to delineate things in our system and say that this one will be done this way, this will be done that way. Then we leave the playing field of policy for discussion. And to be able to poke, MPP can poke NDC, NDC can poke MPP on policy. What are you going to achieve? This is your policy. How many people is it going to solve? How many people are taking off the streets? So we can have a real debate about our society. If we don't do that, and we keep doing these things that we've been doing since 1998 and 2008 and all of that, then we are going to have topsy-turvy. What you said you won't do, you will come to office, you will do it. Because it is like that. And the videos are there. These days, I'm going to film your convoy. And your convoy will be 30 cars. His convoy, somebody will say, oh, that day, the video said, Akufo-Addo's convoy was 28. This one is 31. I mean, so my concern is that what we need to do at this generation is to delineate certain things critically, to reduce the amount of propaganda we can do with politics, so that the discussion is brought within the context of policy thinking. How do we treat our doctors? How do we treat our nurses? I saw a Facebook post by one Edu over the Rich Hospital who said that but a company like Rich Hospital, they don't have protocols for how these things are handled. We don't write these things down and say that these are the protocols for how these things are handled. When somebody comes in, this is what happens, this is what happens. If the nurses and the doctors have those protocols, it will be well established, well published for people to understand, so that very little is left to the unpredictable spectrum. Right. Very little is left to discretion, especially by those who act for the state. They have to have very little discretion. And then we leave the rest as a political question that we can discuss. It's very, very important.
Okay. Now, speaking about Shatta Wale, today's Daily Graphic reports that Shatta Wale has been released, 5 million bond, 5 million cedis bond, and also 2 sureties, and that the funds actually besieged Yoko precincts. And the story is by Emmanuel Ebu Hoxing and Justice Agbenosi. I hope I got the pronunciation correctly. It's the revision of bail conditions coupled with the sheer force of youth support secure the release of dancehall artist Charles Ni Amamenta, known in showbiz circles as Shatta Wale, from the detention of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Yoko. Now, this was moments after scores of fans besieged the precincts of the anti-graft agency demanding the release of the dancehall artist who spent a night in the detention of Yoko in Accra after he was invited there last Wednesday to assist with investigations regarding a Lamborghini Urus he had purchased. Now, the vehicle has been found to be part of the proceeds of $4 million crime, for which one Nana Kwabena Amwa is serving in jail term in the USA. Now, Yoko granted Shatta Wale bail in the sum of 10 million cedis last Wednesday, with 2 sureties to be justified. Now, per the bail condition, Shatta Wale must present sureties who possess properties commensurate with the bail amount. Now, for the better part of yesterday, the popular musician could not meet the bail conditions and remained in the custody of the anti-graft agency until later in the evening, when he was released on inquiry bail after his counsel prayed Yoko to vary the bail conditions. Now, the counsel for the musician, Cephas Boyo, told the Daily Graphic following his client's release that Shatta Wale was released after a prayer for Yoko to vary the 10 million cedis bail. Now, consequently, the investigative body reduced the initial bail bond from 10 million cedis with 2 sureties to be justified to 5 million cedis with 2 sureties and no justification. He said his client was expected to report to Yoko 3 times every week until investigations into the case had been completed. Now, in a live broadcast on TikTok, Shatta Wale expressed gratitude to the leadership of Yoko for the reception accorded him during the investigations. He also thanked his fans for showing up to support him. Now, the king is home. I'm quoting him. The king is home and safe, and thanks everyone for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down, he said in a somber mood. You guys at Yoko have been wonderful. I came there and you took me through the rightful processes that were needed. I want to say God bless you and your family, Raymond Acha. I thank you so much for your understanding, he stated in that video. Of course, earlier there was scores of fans, some riding motorbikes. They blocked the Independence Link, the main road leading to Yoko office, causing significant traffic congestion, with some threatening to use their teeth to tear the Yoko walls and cells open if Shatta Wale was not released. Now, many fans held placards with inscriptions such as "Free Don One" or "One Don," "Leave the youth alone," and "Free Shatta Wale." Others with red flags chanting and playing the musician songs from loudspeakers mounted on stationary mini tracks they had brought along. Now, this is what the Yoko explains. This is the Yoko's part of the side of the story. Now, a statement issued by Yoko indicated that investigations was part of a larger one being conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigations in the United States of America to unravel and recover proceeds of the said $4 million crime to be used as restitution. It says, following the request from the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department for Yoko to track the vehicle and conduct local investigations in respect of uncovering possible, conspirators, possible conspirators in Ghana, Yoko began looking for the vehicle until it was identified and seized in or around May this year in the possession of one Charles Niama Mensah. Now, Yoko explained that Shatta Wale arrived at his office at 3 p.m. but was interrogated from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., so 4 hours. His lawyer got to the premises later, and the musician had insisted that he would not cooperate until his lawyer arrived. Now, according to Yoko, during the investigation, Shatta Wale was unable to identify where or from whom he purchased the vehicle, with a claim that he bought it, and the story is on. I'm going to end with the last paragraph on page 26. Page 26, this part of the story is extremely important, so that it would enrich the conversation, I believe. So, the streets. Now, so far, Charles Nyama Mensah has been unable to identify the person from who he purchased the said Lamborghini Urus vehicle, except to say that he purchased it from the street. He said he purchased it from the street. And from someone possibly called Zach, who may have contacted him on WhatsApp, but whose identity he does not know, and whose contact he has thrown away. That's according to the statements. Kojo?
My brother, thank you very much once again. But before I go, let me address something. Paul, you see,
yes, sir.
You just, I listened to you carefully, and you were talking about rhetoric. Rhetoric. Yeah. There has never been a government in this country that has employed the use of rhetorics more than the Kufuor government.
Okay.
You spoke about STEM. You know what STEM is?
Yeah. Science,
technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Before Kufuor came, nobody had done science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
No, not as STEM, but you do science.
No, I'm saying that it is the rhetoric that I'm talking about. Remember planting for food and jobs?
Yes.
Planting for food and jobs was a Canadian initiative that President Mahama left before he left office in 2017. When the Kufuor government came, they renamed it. Today, have we planted anything?
What was the name JM gave to it?
Paul, we didn't need to give it a name. That is the rhetoric I'm talking about. We didn't need to give it.
There.
It was there. It was a Canadian. It was a Canadian initiative to improve the agriculture sector. As soon as the MPP came, they gave it a name and started using it for propaganda purposes. Today, did we even plant a finger of banana? Where's the money? TVET. Samuel Kujeto was in charge of TVET when he was Deputy Minister of Education. And yet we are being told...
No, free TVET. Not that there was no TVET. TVET is Rollins. That is very old.
Paul, government exists in a continuum.
Absolutely.
Right? That is the reason why when you talk about rhetoric, point it in the right direction.
No, boss, I'm not saying MPP or NDC does rhetoric.
Hold on. You spoke because I'm trying to highlight your communication was headed in a certain direction.
Yes.
That
propaganda.
No, it wasn't propaganda. You were targeting the NDC administration.
Oh no, I wasn't.
No, hold on. It was subtle, very subtle.
Oh, I wasn't.
I have known you for a very long time.
No, I wasn't at all.
It was a subtle jab.
Okay.
That
there's too much rhetoric.
Yes. Rhetoric, and I'm saying that the rhetoric
was more
that greeted us under the Kufuor regime was bewildering. They took our savings and called it DDEP. In the history of this country, when has a finance minister gone and accrued debt, and they came back and told us that they were taking our savings to pay for the debt?
I think that was very unfortunate, Kojo. I think that was terrible.
No, hold on.
But also in the history of this country. Okay, finish. You finish.
You see?
You finish.
When you say that was terrible,
it was very bad.
It was beyond terrible.
Yeah, it was beyond terrible. Yes, but
because people, Paul, the life expectancy of a Ghanaian man is 65 years. The life expectancy of a Ghanaian woman is 67 years. So a teacher who has retired and is hoping to use her pension to maybe start a container shop, a policeman who has retired trying to do same, maybe start some transport business, right? A fireman who has retired was told that Kenoforeta has gone and gambled with your pension, so you can come and collect it when you are in your 80s. Loosely translated, it means go and die, because not many of them will get there, given that even at those ages, itinerant illnesses like hypertension, most people by that age are hypertensive. They have no money to go and buy their drugs. Once again, let me repeat for emphasis. They took our savings and gave it to any DDP. Right? We got to a point where the president of this republic came and told us that there will be no haircuts. 2 weeks later, the haircuts came. 2 weeks later, after President, hold on, after Akufo-Addo came out and told us that there will be no haircuts, the haircuts were applied. You know why he did that? He was asked to do that so that there won't be a run on the banks. When a former Chief Justice takes her chair and goes to sit at the finance ministry and asks for her pension, you should know that assembly is critical. Many of us, and if you know anything about economics, many of us recognize saving in government bonds as safe. Safe. In fact, it is called risk-free investing. And all of a sudden, you are told by the finance minister that when you are going to invest, read the small print. Right? That's what Amin Adam told us from London. So, you see, when we talk about, rhetoric, policy, propaganda, this, that, and we should delineate what this person can do and what that person cannot do.
What politicians can do.
How can you delineate when a president puts a chair in an SUV and travels with it behind him? Is that policy? Is that policy? And then when people get upset, you are saying, oh, no, let's not do that, let's not do this, let's not do that. Let me assure you, and I say it categorically here and now, President Mahama is not traveling with the kinds of convoys that Akufo-Addo travels.
Oh, there's a video.
There are videos of many things.
Video of President Mahama. He was saying it.
There are videos of many things. And you see, Paul,
so the person was counting the cars.
The person was counting. That mischief.
But that's what they're saying. Paul, I like the word you use. Paul, that's the same mischief that was done, and that's why I say that. Let's agree on this table. How many cars did the president use? 5 or 6.
Paul,
then we agree.
Paul, you see,
yes, it's mischief, and they all do it.
Paul, at a point in time in your life, you were a fixture in President Mahama's house, so you know him as well as you know him as well as I am.
But that's the point I'm coming
to.
Please.
But
that's the point. You are making a very good point.
Listen.
So it's not about the leader. It's about the system. That's the point I'm coming to.
It's not about the system.
It's about the system.
President Mahama will never allow anybody to put a chair in an SUV and follow him.
No, I'm not saying chair.
That's the leader.
The recent cars had 30.
President
and I can tell you that President Mahama may not have known. You see, it's important we do these things. You are now bringing me to the character of the personality. That's very interesting.
When you have a chair following you in an SUV, you know.
Yes, if you have I don't support a chair following an SUV. But if
when
you
go and sleep, hold on. When you go and sleep in the Prince Alexander suite in Claridge's Hotel for £22,000 a night, you know.
Do other presidents sleep in Claridge's Hotel?
Who? Tell me who did that.
Oh, should we talk about where our presidents sleep?
No.
We don't have to do that. No, we don't have to do that. We don't have to. These are the things we shouldn't do.
Paul,
because you see, it's not the president that booked the hotel. It's the state apparatus
but the president should be important. Paul,
these are the things.
The president should be interested in how the taxpayers' money is spent. That is why we voted him into office.
Absolutely. But now let's come to the question of the DEP that you were raising. Which is a very important question.
Please don't make any excuses for
I'm not making excuses.
Too many people are suffering.
I agree with you. I'm suffering.
The person who instituted the DDEP, somebody came to sit on your show and said that you shouldn't come back to Ghana to face what we all faced.
You shouldn't come to Ghana. I don't understand what you're talking about. Who came on my show?
Oh, didn't Kofi Mental come on your show and say that?
Kofi Mental has not been on my show. Maybe you mean Newsfile.
Whatever it was.
Yes.
He said that if he were Ken Ofori-Atta, he wouldn't come to Ghana.
That was a Newsfile.
That's on Newsfile. Sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
For those of us who didn't run away, who were terrorized from here to high heaven, you people got a video. I don't know how you got that video of me being arrested when I traveled and came back, and he played it.
I don't get your point.
Why isn't he here to answer the question?
He's been red alerted.
Red alerted for what?
Hasn't OSP?
I'm saying that during Paul.
Ken is not here apparently because he's
recovering
from some
illness. I like the word you use.
I
like the word you use apparently.
No, apparently because I don't know the facts.
Paul.
I don't know the facts, but I know that he is due to come to Ghana.
You don't know the facts
of the sick hospital and all that.
Paul,
I don't know that.
I'm saying that. You see. You have spoken about many things, about policy, about this. I'm asking what are the questions I laid out.
So let me answer them.
Very, very, very succinctly.
Yeah, let me answer them. Which one?
That you can have any policy you want. But if you have people with no character, the policy doesn't get anywhere.
So let me answer that.
Let me answer
that. Hold on. You're an engineer.
COVID,
you understand this better than me.
Paul, let me finish.
You have to do the policy such that there is no discretion, or you reduce the discretion. President Akufo-Addo, does he tell himself how much he should be paid? It is decided. It is predetermined. So he comes into office. He takes the president's salary. The salary you are taking now is predetermined before you got there.
During COVID,
yes,
we had an incident where the health minister broke the law. Right? Broke the law. He was cited by his own colleagues in parliament.
You refer to Adimamenu?
I don't even need to mention that.
I want to remember which law he broke so that we can deal with it.
Did he not give out a contract without asking for permission for parliament?
Yeah, the Sputnik? Yes.
What did the president do? He went to his constituency.
Whose constituency?
Adimamenu's constituency. And in his speech he said, and he thought it was a joke.
No, but could you,
he didn't act on it. He thought it was a joke.
How did he break the law? The law, the parliament is the law-making organization. So somebody breaks the law in parliament.
I expected the president to act after he had heard that Adimamenu had broken the law, because he knew he had broken the law. And what
law did he break?
If you give out a contract to supply COVID medicines, you can Google it without the express permission of parliament.
I think you've forgotten that during COVID there was a suspension of laws. There was an emergency situation created. I think you've forgotten about
that. I haven't forgotten.
All the contracts that were run under COVID, they were run under that emergency.
So during COVID, we lost our mind. You see, you are indicting the very. You are indicting.
You can't say that. The 1992 Constitution. No. The 1992 Constitution.
You are indicting your own argument.
No, the 1992 Constitution creates instances where you can suspend the law of a country, and that was applied. It was published. It was published.
Our laws were not published. Our laws were not suspended.
And that during COVID, it was. During COVID, that's why you and I couldn't move.
During COVID,
that's why you couldn't move.
But the law for you to consult parliament when you were procuring goods was not suspended.
I submit to you that it was. And that is why Adimamenu cannot be punished even today.
Who said he cannot be punished?
So they should punish.
Oh, just wait. It's time. Paul, during COVID, if an armed robber came to your house, the fact that it was COVID, the law was not suspended.
The law that suspends also delineates, back to my word, it delineates what is suspended and what is not suspended.
You are using
the 1992 Constitution, let me show
you. You are using a lot of English. I went to Water School, you went to present.
No, your English is better. Yes, I get it. I get it, but we have to be honest and clear.
Let's stop obfuscating and fudging. You are talking about.
There's a constitutional provision. We are a country of laws.
The constitutional provision. So if the constitutional provision
allows that,
no, it is not true.
COVID was an emergency situation. Why couldn't you move?
Paul,
should have been moving.
It is not the same. So why did Ajimamenu's own colleagues in parliament cite him for criminality?
What did they say? Where's the Hansard?
They say, read it.
So let me do this. Gentlemen, let me do this.
Please do that. Because the 1992 Constitution has ways in which the President of Ghana is able to suspend the operation of certain laws. And the President of Ghana took advantage of the COVID, came to Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, announced to the public the regime that we are under within the COVID. That regime allowed him to impose restrictions on us. It allowed him to impose restrictions on certain areas.
Suspend the procurement laws. Don't go there.
But you have to suspend the procurement laws because if you are in a health position and you need to bring in vaccines immediately, and you are now going to go through a COVID process, and Ghanaians are dying. Ghanaians are dying.
If you remember, the vaccines that were given to us were given to us under a protocol.
Just a second. This will settle it. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to know whether Ajimamenu was wrong or right.
Yes.
With the decision he took.
The parliament was wrong?
Yes. You recall that when the matter came up, there was a committee that was set up to look into the issue.
What did the committee say?
Now, let me read to you what the committee says, and I think that will settle it.
Okay.
Now it says after over 3 weeks of work, the 9-member ad hoc committee constituted by Parliament to investigate circumstances surrounding the botched Sputnik V vaccine procurement deal submitted its report, and this is in 2021, to the House on Friday, August 6, 2021. The committee, in its work, engaged with the Minister of Health, Kweku Ajimamenu, officials from the Bank of Ghana, and the Ministry of Finance, among others. Now, a 29-page report produced by the committee came out with a number of findings and recommendations, key amongst them being 1, this is important, Health Ministry did not receive cabinet approval for the deal. All right. 2, Health Ministry breached the Constitution by not seeking parliamentary approval for the agreement with the private office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum. 3, Health Ministry did not seek approval from the board of PPA before signing the agreement. 4, PPA has not concluded its investigations into the matter. 5,
PPA has not concluded?
Yes, PPA has not concluded its investigations into the matter.
2021?
Yes, 2021.
Okay.
And then 5, Health Ministry used middlemen, that's Office of His Highness Al Maktoum and SL Global, for the purchase and distribution of the vaccine. 6, Health Ministry agreed at $19 per dose with Al Maktoum, although ex-factory price of the vaccine was $10. All right. 7, Ghana paid $2.85 million US, equivalent at the time 16 million cedis, which is 50% of total cost in advance. Messrs. Al Maktoum, although minister said he had no knowledge of such.
Ministers denied knowledge.
Yes, he says yes, he doesn't know that.
'Unbelievable.
8, yes, Minister for Finance Ken Ofori-Atta asked to take steps to recover $2.8 million already paid to Sheikh Al Maktoum,
which they did.
Right,
they did.
Now
it
says. I don't have that.
They recovered the money.
You know something?
No.
A lot of the things that Atta used to was recovered. Is it still not in jail?
Now, a debate on the report ended without a decision to adopt or reject it. The minority in Parliament...
Say that again. That's the legal position.
A debate
by the Legislative Assembly
ended without a decision to adopt or reject it.
A debate by the Legislative Assembly ended without a decision to adopt. Bagbe was speaker.
Just a minute.
The Parliament was 50-50.
Yes, a minute.
Bagbe was a speaker.
Let me finish. It says that the minority in Parliament has called on President Nana Akufo-Addo to immediately dismiss the Minister of Health, Kweku Ajimamenu, saying he's not fit to be in the office. They argue that he violated the 1992 Constitution and his oath of office by trying to procure vaccines through middlemen without recourse to Parliament or Cabinet. And I quote them, "It is beyond any reasonable doubt that the minister betrayed his oath of office, and for that matter, and he also failed to uphold the Constitution and the laws of our country. I must say that a minister should be sanctioned. He must be removed by the president.
This Atufosin speaking.
Yes. He's not fit to occupy the office of the Minister of State and must therefore be removed from office henceforth.
Yes.
Failing which, this House must pass a vote of censure on the minister." Now, they also took the minister on over his claim that no payment was made in the deal when the committee's finding pointed to the fact that money was actually paid. Right? Good. But the minority leader...
Before you go for...
Hold on.
This is very interesting. I'm just about to...
You are reading the minority view.
Let me just...
But the minority view you are reading, you have to let viewers know that the thing you are reading is the minority view. That's very important. It's the minority view.
But the majority leader, H.M.S. Samusu, while addressing the press, said the minister's use of the caveat to the best of his knowledge, and that he was not aware of any payment, absolves him of any offense of line.
So you have read the view of the majority and the minority. The parliament itself doesn't have a view. The United Parliament.
Let me listen to Kojo.
You were trying to create an impression that the procurement laws of this country were suspended during COVID.
But the red bear me out.
Whoa.
No, he red bears me out.
Oh, Paul.
The PPA is investigating.
Paul.
Who talks about procurement breaches?
No, Paul, let's
okay.
Yes, let's
Moro read clearly that the committee said that the minister breached procurement law. And what you forget is that we watched the proceedings live.
Yeah.
The minister himself said that he wasn't thinking well at the time.
That's in relation to something else.
No.
Okay. Fair enough, Kojo. Fair enough.
Paul.
Okay, finish.
You are being disruptive.
Yeah, I beg you.
The minister himself said that he wasn't thinking straight at the time.
Yeah.
And it is for that reason that President Akufo-Addo went to his constituency in Sunyani and said, "Yeah, Papa and Kaka, now I am confused."
That's political talk.
No,
you can't use that.
It is not political talk.
All over the world, talk on rally floor cannot be used.
No, Paul, let him
Paul, I've known you for 25 years. You have an excuse for everything.
Maybe more.
You have an excuse for everything, so don't worry.
Maybe. No, but we have to say that political talk is political talk.
Paul, you're being a bit disruptive, Paul. Sorry.
Yeah. When he finishes, I'll come to that.
If I say that this your jacket is green, you can try convincing the listening public that it is white. I've known you for 25 years. What I'm saying is very simple. I am saying that when it comes to doing the wrong things, whether there's policy or law or whatever there is, if SOS Wale Akufo-Addo government takes the biscuit. And Paul,
yes, sir.
One of the things that I have a problem with you on is that you have a bully pulpit that most of us don't have.
What's a bully pulpit?
A bully pulpit is you have means.
You
have a TV program that you've had for over 20 years. And most of the time...
That TV program is for everyone, it's not for me.
No, I said...
You are invited. It's for everyone.
I watch, but of course I was. Don't I text you during the program?
You do. So, and I read your text.
And I'm saying that...
a bully pulpit.
No, a bully pulpit is a term for somebody who has means to reach an audience.
Yeah, without other people.
You can... No. It means you have the means to reach people. That's what a bully pulpit
is. These days, everyone does have on social media, please.
No, but you have had that consistently for a while, so people actually sit and wait for Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. to watch you.
Yes,
and most of the time...
grateful.
Yes. And so, most of the time, during the last MPP administration, you used it as a monologue to sanitize everything they did. You even sanitize Cecilia Dapa.
Oh, are we talking about Cecilia Dapa this morning?
No, I'm saying you even.
But I thought the results are clear.
What result? What? Don't talk about the FBI.
That's what we were told.
Paul,
we are not the investigators.
Paul,
the people who are investigating told us.
Paul,
yes.
When you find over $6 million in a minister's house, it is a problem. I don't care what.
We don't know that it's 6 million. We thought it's 1 million.
If you find
but we thought, that's what they said. They said 1 million. The report said 1 million.
Various currencies. And then she comes to tell you.
In court.
And then they come and tell you.
Police are prosecuting on 1 million.
Paulie.
No, it's 6 million.
And then they come and tell you that it was bequeathed to her by her brother who was a shoemaker. Seriously? It will be quiet there in engineering school.
Kojo, I don't understand. You are giving me a lot of information. You said 6 million.
The information that you know, but you are not interested.
No, he's prosecuting for 1 million.
Paul, 1 million, 6 million, potato.
1 million is not the same as 6 million, boss. 1 million is not the same as 6 million.
Paul, I put it to you, and I am telling you that there is no shoemaker this side of the Sahara who can bequeath $1 million to their sister who is a minister. You see, these are the sort of things that we should be addressing in this country. We make an excuse for everything. We make an excuse.
I'm very confused. Okay,
no,
when you finish. Don't be confused. Because I heard something that some people say that there's no evidence against her. This is just coming in recently, this week. Then you say she had 6 million.
There's no evidence
against her involved.
There is no evidence against her. When the matter happened, the first thing that the president of this republic did was to write her a love letter saying that she's sure that she will be exonerated.
That's an expectation of a president. Is that
how that's a president? So if you do that, are you not prejudicing the people who are going to investigate?
Prejudicing FBI from America?
What has
but I said these people were told.
Paul, they didn't find the money in America.
But
they found
who got FBI in?
I said they didn't find the money in America. They found it here.
So why was FBI in?
I have absolutely no idea.
But FBI don't come in just like that. They are invited to come in.
Paul.
Yes,
the money was not found in America.
So why is FBI in?
Paul, the FBI have absolutely no jurisdiction in the shores of Ghana.
So
I am saying
why are we being told that FBI didn't find anything?
Paul,
why are we being told?
Paul, was the money found in her house?
Yes, she reported it to the police.
Okay.
She reported it. I didn't find it. She reported it.
Did she say that the money was bequeathed to her by a shoemaker brother?
It's in the police document. I don't know what she said. The matter is in court.
I'm telling you what she said.
You know. Okay, what did she say?
She said that the money belonged to her brother who's a shoemaker.
Did she say that to the court? Because she's
you said it's in the document. If it's in the document, then where is it?
No, she's in court being prosecuted for the loss of her money. So if you say it's 6 million, FBI shouldn't have come in.
Right here. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Kojo is my big brother. I need to learn from you.
Moro, right here. You have a classic illustration of what I'm talking about.
Right.
You see, in a certain past, right? And this is no reference to you.
Right.
Nazism was defended. Apartheid was defended. Right? You had Roland Friesland in the 1940s defending everything the Nazi party did. We have had several iterations of things like that. That has gone on.
Posterity will deal with it.
Unfortunately, the victims of those kinds of things never get the justice they deserve after the fact. You understand what I'm saying?
The victims of what?
So, Paul.
Yes, please.
I would like you.
Yes, sir.
You say I'm your big brother. Let me give you advice.
Yes, please.
I would like you to have a double-edged sword on Good Evening Ghana.
What does that mean?
Double-edged sword.
Oh, yeah.
And let us see. Let us see, Paul. I said, let us see objectivity. Not a monologue in defense of sometimes what is completely indefensible. You called
I don't want to debate that. The people who watch should debate it. But I can answer your questions.
You called Paul.
But I don't want to debate that.
You can answer every question. I've said I've known you for 25. You can answer any question.
No, I don't want to debate what I do on Good Evening, whether it's good or bad. The people will determine that.
You talked about policy.
Yes,
you talked about rhetoric. I
talked about reducing rhetoric and let's be critical of policy.
You talked about forward movement.
Yes.
Forward movement
so we can build
begins with people like you who have influence. I see young people reading your text.
Yes.
I see a lot of people watch your show.
Okay, so the advice is that we should change the format of Good Evening.
No, don't change the format.
What should we do?
Don't go and call Musa Dankwa names.
I have apologized for that.
You should also apologize on many of the other things that you have said.
As and when they come up, as human beings, we will apologize.
What else
do you want me to apologize
for?
One
of the things I want you to apologize for
please.
Is defending economic policies that have resulted in people losing their savings.
I lost my savings too. I don't know when I defended an economic policy, but what I know is that you made the point about the DDEP. My family members lost money. I know people who lost money. It affected everybody. It was terrible. I do not know.
Before you can say
the call you're making.
You ask the question.
Let me.
Is he on the floor?
No,
okay.
Please finish. Give me a second. Paul. Let me just address the Shatta Wale matter so that Paul can go on.
Yes. Okay. But before you go to the Shatta Wale,
no, hold on.
No, that's okay.
Hold on.
That's fine.
I have a piece of advice.
Yes.
For Shatta Wale. Very short, succinct, and very simple.
Right.
Shatta, most of us listen to your music. We are proud of you. We are proud of where you came to and where you have gotten to. One of the proudest moments I can recall was when I heard that you were recording a song with Beyonce. I thought that was a moment of emancipation for many people like you, and an example for young people in how to be persistent to achieve. So for your own sake, don't get involved in a criminal enterprise, racketeering, that can result in you being extradited to the United States to face justice. That's my advice to him. You have a following. Yesterday we saw the following. We are seeing the following. That applies insofar as we are here.
Right.
When some of us were taken to Yoko, me, I didn't have any following. My family in Latte and the Gropon didn't even know. Several times we were taken there, nobody knew. But if you get to the point when the FBI want to extradite you to the States because you are a suspect in racketeering, your fans cannot get a visa to follow you there. Right? Salam Mustafa cannot follow you. In fact, he will not follow you there. Shatta Wale, you have achieved so much without driving a Lamborghini. For the sake of all that you have done, you don't need it to improve your brand. You're already there. People like you, Stoneboy, and others have shown what it means to be persistent and believe in what you're doing. Toward that same line, you don't need a Lamborghini to write another song that becomes a hit. As an NDC person, Mahama paper lives in my mind.
Okay.
Don't get to the point where you have bought stolen goods and when you actually say you don't know who sold it to you. You see, Moro.
Okay.
This stolen car business that thrives in Ghana. There are a lot of dynamics to what they do, including people amending bills of lading and changing chassis numbers when the vehicles land.
Wow.
Claiming that they are being transshipped to Burkina Faso and taking it out and the car, nothing else, it doesn't see the light of day. But let's spare a thought for the people who actually own what it is that has been stolen. Some people say, oh, don't worry, insurance will pay. But that's not the point. So, my plea to Shatta Wale is that, my brother, don't go where you are going. And don't let the people outside fool you. Because if you are indicted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we have a mutual legal agreement with them. They will come to court. They will extradite you.
Okay.
Some people have been extradited. We know. Dada Joe and Co, they are gone. So let's advise some of these, our superstars, that they don't need the itinerant exposure and the notoriety of some of these things. That is racketeering. There are laws against racketeering everywhere in the world. Like I said, we have mutual legal agreements with several countries where we extradite criminals back to the countries of commission. Please, don't get involved in that, because I want to go on hearing hit after hit after hit after hit. And I'm happy that he himself has recorded a message talking about the professionalism of the of Yoko and what have you and what have you. Okay. Even us, non-entities, we got professionalism from Yoko.
Okay. All right, so Paul.
About the Shatta Wale.
We have to take a short break. When we come back,
okay. When we come back, I can talk about Shatta Wale. Yeah.
You've spoken about Shatta Wale already.
No, I need to say.
But your very good friend Musa Danko has some new posts.
Maybe I should just do it before we go on the break.
I think everything Kojo said, I agree with him. The advice he gives to Shatta Wale, he's exposed, so he probably knows what he's talking about. But the point is that I want to make, it comes back to the point I was making earlier. Those who have the power of state, we should limit the level of their discretion. When Shatta Wale is going for an interview with Iyoko, or when Kojo Tumboafo is going for an interview with Iyoko must be limited in what kind of bail conditions they can give, and it must be predetermined, and people already know. Iyoko shouldn't have the discretion at 9 p.m. after interviewing him for 4 hours that what kind of bail do we give him. The courts can have that discretion. Parliament can pass a certain system of investigative agencies. All of these things that Iyoko is publishing about what Shatta Wale said about where he got the car is really unfair to him. Because if we go to court, all of that may not matter. Shatta Wale can change his statement. The Iyoko should not be telling us, the general public, and I don't think that international investigative agencies do that. I don't know, but I don't think even legally is fair to the person that you are investigating. Come out and tell us that, oh, this is what he said. Clearly, you are guiding the people's mind into a certain conclusion against the person you have arrested, over whom you have state power, because that state power belongs to everyone. So the person who is exercising the state power must be limited in the discretion he can express. There are some of the things we can leave the next generation with. That in this 8th or 9th parliament arrangement, there has to be a way in which this bail situation is managed. Whether it's Yoko, whether it's other state institutions, there must, as Shatta Wale is going there must be a predetermined way in which whether he can get a self-recognizance bill because of who he is, it must be categorized. Not left to Yoko's discretion. They look at him, they look at his hairstyle, they look at his chain and decide that you are going to have 10 million bail. Then in 2-3 hours, they review it to 5 million bail. That's the path that we need to deal with. Because that is a state institution. It's going to outlive all of us. But the occupants of the state institutions will be different. And it's very dangerous to allow the disposition of the occupant of a political office or a state office to have his disposition expressed in the way he does his work. That's very dangerous. And that's why we should have these things. You don't have to come and publish, this is what he said. Shatta Wale hasn't said anything. We don't know. If he also comes to say, I didn't write that, what do we do? It's against him. It's a state institution. It shouldn't be fighting against the citizen using discretion and things that cannot hold out in courts.
Paul,
so we'll take a short break.
To be a law student.
Sorry, we'll take it.
Reviewing bail conditions
is
what lawyers are there for.
Yes.
So you can legislate.
Review, no.
You can legislate.
How can you legislate? You see,
you've legislated 48 hours.
Yes, but
you can legislate bail conditions.
But crimes are not the same.
Yes, so you can legislate.
So if you have gone and
at some point we said some places are not bailable. You remember?
Paul,
they said,
but Paul, you are obfuscating the point.
I'm not.
If somebody has gone and stolen a Fiat,
yes,
Cinquecento is not the same as if somebody has stolen a Lamborghini. So the bail conditions will be different.
Yes, but you can legislate that. You can legislate that. At 29 and 30, we were passing 1960. You and I were not born.
Paul, there is legislation that allows you to modify the conditions of bail. You are not talking about
that legislation should be strengthened.
You want it to be
reduce the discretion.
Re-legislated.
No, reduce the discretion.
For what?
You need to reduce the discretion of state actors. It's very important. Why are you still on bail? Doesn't it make sense that you are still on bail?
Let's do this.
Stop talking about
let's take this short break. We'll be right back. You're watching Good Morning Ghana.
nara me din e de baby da pa me de ade sonko kra na ebremo nya ode to aduane mo ama waduane e de pa na me de bremo eno any some spices de e bu wa wo bebre o various flavors ubenya e yakoko ubenya nantwie ye de ku jollof mu ma emu ye de ubenya ye de ku nkwan mu ye de ku froye mu ho na ko pebito na ema waduane enye de unyiminia ye nkoni konko tie nyankofo eka
Autant de communication, we all enjoy Uduba, that Samu spices.
One in the essence, don't fight. I should get that. Samu spices in a Sabi, Daddy, so say. Samu spices, Moon Samu.
Samu spices, Yama chicken.
Samu spices.
In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, can jollof, any flavors. Alpha bebre.
Samu spices. Yes, Saka.
MGL Logistics and Supply is your trusted partner, providing seamless solutions for all your procurement needs. From sourcing products to managing imports and exports, we ensure smooth and efficient transactions every step of the way. Whether you require goods from across the globe or need assistance in exporting your products to international markets, we got you covered. General trading is at the heart of our expertise. We specialize in a wide range of products, catering to various industries and markets. As a trusted dealership in building materials, we provide high-quality products that meet the demands of our construction projects. Additionally, we act as manufacturers' representatives, connecting producers with distributors. Our expertise in logistics is the backbone of our operations. We plan and execute transportation and delivery of goods, ensuring they reach their destination on time and in optimal condition. MGO Logistics and Supply, guaranteed satisfaction.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Sametra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sans of Mama Hotter so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Not phone. No, what we have here, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, enough.
So you're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now, we have here in the studio Mr. Paul Adam Ochre, who is a journalist and also here, the host of Good Evening Ghana on Metro Television. He's also the former board chair of Ghana Airport Company Limited. Also here is Kojochum Wafu. He's an NDC stalwart, also with the Financial Intelligence Center as the acting CEO. Now, let's do this quickly. There's quite a number of messages that have come through on the issues that we raised, and then we'll go to the Musa Dankwa, who's a very good friend with Paul Adomotri. Now they're very good friends. Yes, yes. He has new polls.
From a very senior law enforcement officer.
Okay.
Paul. He says which laws were suspended. The laws on public procurement were not suspended because they make provision for procurement in the face of an emergency.
Okay.
The constitutional requirements of parliamentary approval for international contracts were not suspended.
Okay.
So when you come out...
No, but that's somebody's opinion.
It's not somebody's opinion.
The thing that Moro read, the PPA is yet to come out.
It's the
PPA that can tell us whether their rules have been breached or not.
It is not the PPA. The parliamentary...
But Parliament could not agree on it. It's clear.
How could Parliament agree on
the document?
Paul.
The document says Parliament could not agree on it.
Governing procurement were not suspended. That's all that you need to admit.
No, but whose opinion is that?
It is not an opinion.
What are you talking about? So which laws were suspended? Show me. Show me. Which
laws were
suspended? Yes, you said procurement was not suspended. Which laws were suspended?
You're the one who's telling us every law was
I am telling you that there's a provision in the 1992 Constitution that allows the president, when there's an emergency, to suspend laws. You say that public procurement was not suspended. Which ones were suspended under COVID?
The president cannot. But you are the one who's telling us every law was suspended. Even common sense was suspended.
No, but I'm saying that if you read the constitutional provision, I've asked for it, bring it. If you read the constitutional provision, it shows under what conditions the president can do that, which laws he can suspend, which ones he cannot suspend, movement of people.
Your
movement of people is a fundamental human right. It's guaranteed in Chapter 5. That one was suspended. So how much more less a procurement law?
If movement was suspended,
that is not fundamental.
It didn't suspend common sense. It didn't suspend the
Nobody says it suspended common sense. I'm saying that there are fundamental rules that were suspended.
Because the president went to parliament under a certificate of emergency and asked for certain laws to be suspended.
Which are the certain?
It means procurement was suspended.
I'm
so it is for that reason.
I'm suggesting to you that it's for that reason that PPA hasn't come out.
38
PPA hasn't come out.
It is for that reason that $38 million was distributed among MPP party folk.
When?
Because laws were suspended.
I don't know that.
You will never know.
I don't know that.
Paul, you choose
$38 million was distributed
you
to
choose who? What you know.
Yeah,
but
tell us.
If the MPP executives who were telling us that lady who was a parliamentary candidate in Tamale Central, who said that she was giving 150,000 CDs to spend on the election from COVID funds. One thing.
Let's move on.
I don't know this one.
You have selective.
Which lady is that?
Paul, you have selective hearing. She's called Felicia Tete. You have selective hearing.
Oh, she was in the law. I don't have selective hearing. We're dealing with the laws of Ghana.
I said
you read somebody
is not aware.
and says the person is an important security person.
Are you listen?
And that he says that the laws of Ghana.
I said a law enforcement officer.
A law enforcement officer.
I said
should I read a text from you from a judge?
Listen.
Should I read a text from a judge?
Read it. That the judge told you. The judge told you that procurement laws were suspended.
I'm saying that you cannot bring one person's opinion. Take the constitution.
It is not an opinion.
Bring the 1992 constitution. Bring the parliamentary hazard of what was suspended. Here you are. You can't tell us what was suspended, but you are sure procurement was suspended.
Paul, I cited a parliamentary committee that was set up. A parliamentary committee at which the particular minister sat and said he was confused.
Whose results bear me out? It bears me out.
And you are
the parliamentary report says that PPA did not issue an opinion, and they are yet to issue an opinion. The Public Procurement Authority is the most important authority saddled with the view whether there's been a procurement breach or not. That PPA did not say there was a procurement breach. That's the parliamentary report. That is Parliament's report.
Let's debate it ad infinitum. What you read. Read it again because Paul.
You have to read it again. And read the part where you said PPA have not come out with a conclusion. And read the part where you said that Parliament was not able to conclude. And then you read the minority opinion and the majority opinion. Speaker Bagbe was in the chair.
I don't want us.
It's in the report. I didn't know he read it.
What Paul is telling you is that the PPA has superiority over committees of Parliament.
No, when it comes to PPA opinion.
I said, why did the minister say
that there's been a PPA breach without PPA itself?
Why did the minister say he was confused? The laws have been suspended.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he's the director of communications of the NDC. He says, unfortunately, my brother Paul doesn't appreciate the point of discretion. He says, even when there are regulations or law there is still discretion in deciding the application and enforcement.
I'm saying reduce the discretion.
Hold on. Let me
get the discretion. Reduce it.
Let me read
it's
it.
in all the books.
Let me read it.
No, we are political
that's why
science
it's
all of the books.
Hold on.
Reduce the discretion.
Hang on a minute. It says that's why Masa Kojochu Boafo's point about the centrality of character in leadership is important.
That's dangerous. Abraham Lincoln said that's very dangerous to lead leadership to the character of an individual.
Yes, let me finish.
It's very dangerous.
Let me finish. I'm reading.
Abraham Lincoln said that.
I am bringing in the public.
Tell Papa Kaka Samoa, I love him, that Abraham Lincoln's view of the matter. Abraham Lincoln, he wrote a book entitled A Team of Rivals. Abraham Lincoln's A Team of Rivals. Abraham Lincoln, one of the famous presidents of America, advised that don't leave it to the character of an individual. Let the system shape the individual. That is so dangerous in a democracy,
so it says,
to leave it to his goodness.
So
that he's a good man or he's a bad man.
Let me finish the message.
No way.
He says, so still with Kaka Samoa, he says, a person without character can abuse both law and discretion. The people of Ghana have experienced this not too long ago. Good morning, sir. Best regards. It says,
thank you, Kaka Sama. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's exactly the point.
But you cannot rely on people's disposition.
Let me finish with that. Let me finish the message. So
we are all one of the things. We are all fallible.
Kojo, let me finish the message.
No, hold on.
Our viewers, this is time for our viewers to express their opinion. I beg you. We've been talking for almost 2 hours. Let's be honest.
Is he around?
I don't know whether he's around.
Is he around? Do you know where Kaka Sama is?
So it says more. This is some of
if he's not around,
Brother Albert should know that an overwhelming endorsement of the polls is not necessarily a sign of popularity or affection for a candidate. More often than not, it reflects the frustrations of the present and the hopes for the future that drives our support. Yet, when those hopes turn into illusions through non-performance, i.e. a coup mentality, the revocation of appointments of innocent Ghanaians and the culture of silence, state-sponsored galamsey, and the persecution of opponents we are witnessing today with worse yet to come, the same populace that once smiled upon a leader would soon frown upon them. Sam O'Brien Wabing, and he says, Madame Silata did nothing wrong. She prevailed upon the incompetent OSP in a court of competent jurisdiction. And Brother Albert is in your studio with 20,000 in his wallet. We don't know that for a fact. Albert? I think we'll talk about you, Paul.
He calls me Albert?
That's what he calls himself, Bravo. Now, let me read this.
What did Brian say?
He says Paul has some $20,000, so I don't know what he means by that.
I'm not sure I'm the Brother Albert is referring to.
Okay. All right, so say good morning, Moro. A bully pulpit is a so
he was explaining bully pulpit, okay.
A bully pulpit is a powerful platform for influencing public opinion. Pacho. Let me finish.
Part of Paul's obfuscation. Abraham Lincoln didn't write any book.
Okay, maybe. So a bully pulpit.
Team of Rivals.
Who wrote a Team of Rivals?
Oh,
it was not written by Abraham Lincoln.
Let me finish this.
It was written by
a bully pulpit is a powerful platform for influencing public opinion, shaping policy.
It was written by Doris Kearns Goodwin. It
was about Abraham Lincoln.
But you said Abraham Lincoln.
No, I take that. It's about Abraham Lincoln's government.
Let me finish.
I like what you are doing. I love you. It's about Abraham Lincoln's government.
Paul, Abraham
Lincoln did not write
right. So
the book A Team of Rivals. No, the book A Team of Rivals is about Abraham Lincoln's government.
If you have read it, why are you saying Paul Abraham Lincoln wrote the book?
I read so many books.
You don't know who the author is.
There are too many of them.
Let me read it.
You don't know who the author is.
But the story is about Abraham Lincoln.
Let me finish the message.
But you googled it. Is the story not about Abraham Lincoln? I've just googled it.
Doris Kearns Goodwin is an American historian. She wrote that book. When you were talking,
yes, she's a historian. Yes, so she wrote about Abraham Lincoln. But that doesn't take away the point. It doesn't take away the point at all.
Listen, Doris Kearns Goodwin.
Then you don't leave discretion. You don't leave governance to the goodness of the man.
Oh, but Doris Goodwin, she doesn't live in Ghana.
What are we doing in Ghana in democracy that's original to Ghana? What are we doing in Ghana in democracy that's original to Ghana?
At this point,
everything we do is not original to Ghana. It's democracy we borrowed.
At this point in our contemporary present, Donald Trump is exercising discretion that has never been seen in the history of America.
But that is why you have.
Who has stopped him?
But that is why it has become topical in America.
Why has it become topical? Didn't the people vote for him again?
What is topical? What do you mean by vote for him again?
I said they voted for him again.
Okay, so
obviously they like something he was doing.
Your view of the matter is that we should allow the discretion to animate the leadership. My view is that we shouldn't.
What I'm telling you is that you cannot bring cyborgs.
Discretion.
You cannot bring cyborgs into government. So one way or the other, discretion will be exercised.
Yes, but I'm saying we should minimize the discretion. We can't rely on character. Are you talking about character?
Paul,
we should rely on the character of the politicians. Is that what you want to say?
Paul,
we should rely on character.
If you were calling out,
you say we should rely on character of politicians.
We should rely on character. If you were calling out Akufo-Addo,
In the 8 years that you were defending everything he was doing, some of the things he did, he wouldn't have done.
There's no president that you can defend in 8 years everything he does because men are
You managed to defend everything.
No, it's not possible.
Okay. You defend. Show me one thing.
It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible.
So back to my message.
It's not possible.
Show me one thing. Paul, highlight one thing.
No, it's not possible.
That you went against the Akufo-Addo government.
It's not possible for any president. So let me President Mahama.
It is possible.
Judgment for 8 years without having done anything.
It is possible.
Human beings are fallible.
Please allow me.
Human beings are fallible. So how is it possible for that? All I'm saying is that we should reduce the disposition of a human being's character because we cannot rely on character of human beings to run our country. We have to rely on systems.
Yes, Paul.
That is why at 29 and at 30 we're done in 1960 before you and I were born. But we live by it.
Let us have this conversation. We had something called ESLA.
Yes.
That President Mahama brought into being to protect us from cost overruns when it comes to fuel. When the NPP came to government, Kenneth Foyetta went to parliament, right? And they took ESLA. Where's ESLA today? ESLA is in a hole that it will climb out of in 2035. They went and mortgaged ESLA, collected the funds and blew it. Isn't ESLA and statutory funds an example of limiting discretion of public appointees? What did Kenneth Foyetta and Akufo-Addo do with it?
Okay.
No, don't answer.
Don't answer.
Don't
no,
answer.
I'm just expressing. I'm agreeing with you.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let me agree with you.
No, don't agree with me. Your agreement is disruption. Let me finish with it.
Can you finish?
I could go on. No.
Are you doing a review?
No.
Are you doing a review of Akufo-Addo's government?
Hold on.
Is that what you want to do?
I have always been a critic of Akufo-Addo.
No,
and his government. I told Ghanaians that he will destroy the country and destroy the country. So don't worry. Let me finish my point. I'm saying that.
But Kufuor destroyed the country.
ESLA. Let's not go talk about President Kufuor.
Why not?
I'm talking about Akufo-Addo. ESLA it's a perfect example. Statutory payments and statutory funds are a perfect example of limiting politicians' discretion. What did Ken Oforiatta do with it?
What did he do with it?
Ken Oforiatta took SNIT funds and collateralized it and chopped the money.
Chop the money.
Right?
Minister of Finance chopped the money.
Where's the money? That is the money.
The Minister of Finance chopped the money.
The money that they spent that you and I are today paying with our savings.
Okay. The Minister of Finance chopped the money, Kojo. The Minister of Finance chopped the money.
Where is it? If they haven't chopped it, where is it?
The Minister of Finance took the state's money and chopped it.
I said, where is
he
the
chopped
money?
it or he bought what?
They spent
he chopped it.
They spent it willy-nilly
on themselves. They spent it on themselves, right?
Who knows what they did with it? The money is not there.
So the politicians took the money and chopped it, and our systems don't have any way to find it.
When you go,
there's an auditor general.
They asked him to come and answer for his tenure, and some of your friends are telling me he shouldn't come.
No, they asked him to come and answer for specific things. It's not that
they
asked him to come and answer for cathedral. They asked him to come and answer for some SMO. They asked him to come and answer. Yes, but it's
$97 million hole. A $97 million black hole.
What does that
mean? When we could have put a medical school at that spot. You see,
what does that mean?
There are two, Paul. I said, you are a serial defender.
Of what?
Of many things that have gone wrong. I asked you to give me one.
You can have that opinion.
No, it's
but
not
over
opinion.
time you may change it.
You know something.
Over time you may change it.
I respect your right
over time
to defend the indefensible.
And I don't think I defend the indefensible.
No,
but that's okay.
And you know.
But over time you may change it. I don't want to argue on that.
Over time you may change it. You know that when I listen to your program, I text you.
And I read it.
No, you read it when you want to read
I read all your
some of the things. Some of the things he takes the phone and said, "Don't you go fast text me, but I won't read it."
Oh, maybe because it's harsh on the person.
It's not harsh.
Maybe it's harsh. Some of your texts are harsh. You know that some of your texts are harsh.
You see, the issue.
Kojo, let me ask you.
I asked Paul a pivotal question. I said, let Paul give us one policy of the Akufo-Addo government.
One policy.
One policy that he thought was adverse to the Ghanaian people and didn't defend. He couldn't.
The DDP was adverse.
And he sought.
The DDP was adverse.
You know what
the DDP was adverse.
You know what
I'm telling you now, the DDP was an adverse policy.
He sought
to tell people that you can't pay their money.
He sought to pivot to President Kufuor.
No, I'm bringing President Kufuor in because I'm talking about posterity. I'm talking about the things you guys said about President Kufuor, which you changed later on. And that's why I'm saying that maybe you will change it.
MPP said the same thing about Jerry Rawlings.
And they changed it later on. Yes. No, but you said things about President Kufuor that you changed. Have you apologized to him?
We are not talking.
Have you apologized to President Kufuor? I will not apologize to President Kufuor. Have you apologized to President Kufuor? One day you just might apologize to your uncle. You just might apologize to your Tapping uncle.
Is my cousin.
Your cousin. Your Tapping cousin. One day you apologize to him.
Did you apologize to President Mahama?
I never said anything about President Mahama.
You said about him.
No, I never said.
Really?
Yes, I've had arguments with them, and if you look at it, I always talk about President Mahama's people. Sometimes I come on TV, I say, why are you giving the president this advice?
You know something.
So I apologize to Musa Dankwa. One day you apologize to your cousin. One day you may apologize to him. One day you may apologize to your cousin.
In the case of Musa Dankwa, you had no choice. In the case of Musa Dankwa, because you were exposed. You were brutally exposed.
But you said on your program only with time.
You said on your program that people like Musa Dankwa, and I'm quoting you. How can people like Musa Dankwa call themselves posters?
But you said that John Mahama was going to win 2016 elections. You were sure. I had that conversation with you 2 days to the election. You were sure he was going to win.
Yes,
he didn't win.
Were
you exposed?
I'm not a poster.
Were you exposed?
I am.
Were you exposed when you were sure that John Mahama was going to win 2016? And I told you he may not win. Were you exposed?
I am an engineer.
I'm not a poster. I'm a news reporter.
So why did you stand on your program and say that Musa Dankwa? How can people like Musa Dankwa call themselves posters? Why do you do that?
But you said the same thing about Ben Epson.
You
said the same thing about Ben Epson in 2016. Yes. That when Ben predicted that Akufo-Addo was going to win, you say you didn't say
Ben
that.
Epson is watching this show.
Ben Epson watching the show.
He's watching.
Yes.
Don't Paul. You won't get anywhere with that kind of thing with me.
But you are bringing it.
I didn't talk.
You are saying
I don't
that
talk about Ben Epson.
I have to go and apologize.
I said,
and I'm saying, have you apologized to J.A. Kufuor?
For what?
For the things you said, which you have now backtracked.
Name what I said.
That Kufuor's government was economic downturn. Kufuor had chopped money. Kufuor was a criminal. The people in his government had bank accounts abroad. You said it. The forum you guys used to do. Setting the record straight. Setting the record straight. I can't setting the record straight.
You see him?
Are you going to apologize to President Kufuor?
You see him?
One day you must see.
Ankoye bana me kan sa da na me ho nhyada ye to abade wie ye no na ankoye bana me kan sa da na me ho nhyada emfa me papa nti sa hoden a mesi kurom na me dia ye no na nkom square ti me hwe ye okay money ye but na ekọ no ye ballot box ni ye ko hu Benito hospital wo yi Lumpase utra form na asana wa ko Lumpase asoka ko nzo azio o de ko hu no nti me ye petition e de ma wo mo se mo hwe na mo yade a mo ye menti ase aho amra no makwan se ye be collusion ni ade collusion no se bibi enko square aho now was mawie no this matter is going back to court in another shape. Yes, that petition nko na ye de amra no aho enti afei smart bede ma electoral commission for no man sheda nkeke ka ho bibia na ye de call electoral petition. I require my animal lawyer for me, time no man can be home 1 day. 1 day. No, do court or get caught upon. That was when I was home. She's time no a pound 1 day. You know, the wound is I don't say, I feel never call a pound 1 day. I'm a share me, Manada near digging. I'm a sure my wood the fire, okay, severe. Osha is a manano time no, a my chair. And as I go 12 o'clock, the tap no checking in no. Okay, lawyer for moon years of no person because tap no matter how about pound the other. And no, the question ya or Mukoya. Now, no crashing you wounds, I man so I out there the other. Was yes, I would granny ya, was MP and say, oh, dear, yet Chinia call I answer them what here, your call parliament belly for no call her. As I did my speaker and did my clerk, and to me, you know, what I told you. And Sana called to my, he said, yeah, be a further substitution, a substitute service. I feel you say, young Fabian found the phone, so your phone number, young Connie Gates, or if Fabian bomb prego, you have a mobile, the Fabian some more court, and I feel as well. And I'm a lawyer for the crochet muno, I'm saying, you be I'm saying, I want time now, pound back on technical, so yes, it's fine. Now, I can be busy, a lawyer for no, or more rules, no deeper lawyer crowd, or mamma, or no grand, need new, a bankrupt, many in the cold school, a real school, they say me, or did Mara come here, and I was a new Kakaka, oh, yeah, it's a command.
We're live on Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. We sincerely apologize for the disruptive nature of the interaction. We'll do better. We'll do better. Some of you have expressed your disquiet about it, and legitimately so. It's sometimes that's how the shows are. It gets a little heated, and then one panelist doesn't want the other person to land because they disagree and so on and so forth. Please bear with us. We've had an off-air conversation. We've set the ground rules, so please, we'll do much better. But let me read some of the messages that have come in, because we haven't brought. No, I beg you. We haven't brought in. We haven't brought in our viewers
You should
yet.
tell the public that you suspended the program because Paul had busted the gas. There was steam coming out of his forehead.
Well,
so
it's
you needed the cleaning crew to come in.
I just got a text that I think you should see. You see, I got a text that you should see, and I want to make this public invitation.
All right, let me.
Wait. NDC person, Edugitamaklo writes, "Is Paul Adumotre. You see why a monologue is not the best. Kojo Chumbuafo just proved to you a second opinion is great." But I'm throwing this open invitation, Kojo.
To do what?
NDC people who want to come on Good Evening. Mustafa Bande came once in the heat of the election. I'm more than happy to host any NDC person. Okay. I'm delighted to host any NDC. The
NDC at no point has any NDC person said that you don't invite NDC.
Yes, but why am I being accused of monologue?
Yeah. Oh, but that's what you do.
But that's my editorial. The graphic has an editorial.
You sit
but the graphic has an editorial.
You sit.
There's a news report and there's an editorial.
You sit on your program and you do a Rush Limbaugh.
But when you watch news file, there's Samson's take. That's his editorial.
Zero.
The graphic. I shouldn't have an editorial.
No, I didn't say that.
But that's my editorial.
So let's do this.
But vary the editorial so
let me
to reflect what you have said here today.
It's my editorial. So you can come.
You said
an open invitation.
You made a statement here that everybody has flaws. Everybody has
every human being does.
The government that you defended steadily for 8 years also had flaws. You never mentioned them.
Okay.
What were the flaws?
Let me exercise my editorial discretion.
Why are you
and read
asking
some
me that
messages.
question?
I beg you. Let me do this. Let me exercise my editorial discretion.
Editorial discretion.
Yes. So Prince Henry from Koforidua says, "Good morning, boss." He says, STEM simply means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It basically refers to a broad field of study that encompasses these four interconnected disciplines. So Paul Adumotre suggesting that before Akufo-Addo there was no STEM schools in Ghana. No, that's not what he said. He's talking about free STEM. STEM, that's what he meant. How does building schools building schools to augment STEM education become the introduction of STEM in Ghana? Paul should stop the propaganda and stop misleading the public falsely. God bless our homeland, Ghana. That's from Prince from Koforidua. And so I was reading, so Kakra Samoa is actually back based on what you said. I think that, okay, so Paul is back. He says, Abraham Lincoln did not write any book. Okay, that's from Kakra Samoa. Now, Professor Michael Pesa-White of SIGA.
Oh, good guy.
He says, Moro, Paul is engaged in broad ocean fishing. He is uncertain of his own claims, just filling the airtime with meaningless chain of words.
If they will allow us to talk policy, we'll be fine. But if they do
propaganda, you stood on your program and said Kisia Jabi is a drunkard. Is that policy?
So Kwame Sapwase, CBD.
I said, Paul, he stood on his program. He stood on his program.
He apologized to President Kufuor.
He said the OSP
said that President Kufuor is doing cocaine. Did you apologize to a president? You said that his party was doing cocaine. Since 2008.
Massa, let me quote who to me. Wobowa. Me, say President Kufuor that's cocaine.
You said President Kufuor's government.
The people who were Benjamin came. The people
who went Benjamin came. You said President Kufuor's government that's cocaine. Did you apologize?
The people who were doing cocaine. Now he's not even mentioning them.
Who are they? Tell me.
You see where he has people.
Tell me.
You stood on your program. You said the OSP is a drunkard.
You said President Kufuor is doing cocaine. Did you apologize?
Me?
Did you apologize?
Me?
Koshini.
So Kwame Sapwase do CDD, right? He says, can you let Paul know that with the Sputnik vaccine inquiry, the former health minister was indicted and the money was to be retrieved from Sheikh Al Maktoum.
Yeah, it was refunded.
The health ministry breached so many provisions of the provisions of the constitution and said under oath he was not thinking straight. The 2.8 million cedis has not been returned to the best of my knowledge. Records will show I was one of the people to raise this at the height of COVID.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
The CDD guy raised it.
And then
but wait.
Every criminal who is in jail today can come and tell you that you will refund. Can come and tell us you refund all the things he has stolen.
Right? How does that make you? How does that make you absolve you of the crime you've committed?
Okay. All right.
How does Kwekwa Jumamenu, who was one of the oldest members of parliament, breach procurement rules and policy telling us we have suspended common sense at the time?
No, I didn't say that. You see, when you talk about a breach, we have to be clear who is determining a breach. A court is the one who determines a breach. We can all suggest a breach. We can all allege a breach. But it's a court that must determine. These are the things I'm talking about. So that it doesn't become black, white, green, blue, and things change. When we say somebody has breached, you see what? Why are you still on bail on Yoko? Does it make sense?
The Kisiaja being drinks.
And the
it is MPP communication strategy. Just as we speak, Samuel Boabin has tested me that Kisiaja drinks heavy. As if they say that they drink. But you said it on your program.
But did he quote me?
No, he didn't go to he too his expression.
But he's doing the thing that you were doing. You said President Kufuor's government is cocaine. So they should vote out the government for Mills to be elected.
The people who were doing the cocaine in Kufuor's government, you don't know them.
But who? I name them.
I should name them.
Yes. Because I remember you and the setting the record straight saying that Kufuor's government is cocaine.
And
then they went to a breach to apologize. Alote Jacobs went to a breach to apologize.
Alote Jacobs.
Yeah, at that time you were working with him. In 2008 you were working with him. You were working with him. In 2008 you were working with him. On the Mills agenda, you were working with him. You were working with him.
The thunder that will strike you is still rolling heavy.
There's no thunder that will strike me.
All right, so Evans Dinkru Ngaru says, good morning. Today I'm happy Paul Adomoshu has finally sat to defend his MPP today. You should guide Paul Adomoshu to keep his silence and allow Comrade Kojo Chumbuafo to finish shredding him. And if he still has a life to live, he can make a rebuttal. Paul should know that this is Good Morning Ghana and not his partisan platform. This one here says that good morning. Today I love the show, although it's just there's a lot of noise. I can't stop laughing from Amin in Tamale. Now, this one here says that okay, so Samuel Boabin is back. Brother Albert. Okay, so he was talking to was talking about Chumbuafo.
That's his actual.
He says Brother Albert should rest. Apostle Paul is doing the Lord's work, and we are solidly behind him. All right, so
it's a partisan. That's
why if we're talking hold on. Please hold on. Please hold on. Let me bring in Yes. So Makoto says that the term bully pulpit was coined by President Theodore Roosevelt. He used it to describe the presidency as a powerful platform for advocating for his policies and ideas. Mansa Musa from all the way from the UK says, Moro, Kojo is right when he said we talk too much. I term that as talking in circles. The point about policies and programs is true for both parties. But it should be acknowledged that progress or success in any program or policies depends on its implementation. Very good policies on paper has turned out to be mirages due to perceived or real issues of mismanagement of funds through poor implementation by the Kufuor regime. The difference is that this time round, and so far this Mahama administration is demonstrating a serious effort in prudence, the transparency and discipline, as against the opaque, imprudent, high lack of transparency and intransigence about mismanagement with impunity. Those are the differences, and Ghanaians cannot and should not be made to forget. Thanks and good morning from Mansa Musa, Voice of London Radio. This one here says that I need to do this. So Elijah Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. I expect you to call Paul to order and take control of the program. The Paul I know is a friend. As a friend, will not take this on his show. He should respect his colleague and allow him to speak. And he goes ahead to say that I expect you to call. Okay, all right. So Hamza, thanks for that. And then this one here, blah 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 blah. I need this message. All right. So good morning. I'm Eben from Kwabenya. I think it's high time the so-called associations with the state institutions. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so some of you are getting a little personal. Don't do that. If you disagree, you can criticize the issues. Don't be criticized. Don't be insulting people. You know, it's not the best. And then, okay, I need to do. Oh, there's a particular message that I needed to read. It's extremely important.
Yes, please.
When we cancel,
I need to do this.
Before the government cancel the tolls.
When they cancel the tolls, they canceled the tolls because they were going to do 11.
There was not a policy. There was not a policy.
They cancelled the tolls so that. But when they cancel the tolls, people seem to like it.
Why they cancel the tolls before the 11?
All right, so let's get on with. I'm told we'll be given a few more minutes, so let's do this quickly. So Musa Dankwa, Musa Dankwa is back in the news. And
what is he saying?
He has. Have you seen his latest post?
Yes, I think it's, he says 52%.
So Paul puts
of people.
Bawumia at 52%, Japan trails with 17%. As a former Vice President, Dr.
Japan is on 17 or 17 behind.
Yes. Is regarded as a leading candidate in the race to lead the MPP into the 2028 general election, according to a new poll published by Global Info Analytics on August 21, 2025. The poll shows Dr. Bawumia commanding 52% support among MPP delegates ahead of the party's upcoming presidential primaries. His closest contender, former Asin Central MP Kennedy Japan, trails significantly with 17%. Other candidates received lower levels of support. Dr. Brandy Champon polled 3%, followed by former Education Minister Dr. Iduchum with 1%. Former General Secretary Kwabena Japan Boache Jakun and Adanimu East received less than 1%. Meanwhile, 10% of delegates remain undecided, while 9% declined to disclose their preference. The poll surveyed 2,655 MPP delegates with 2,560 completing all responses. Interviews were conducted from August 12 to 2025 across 263 of the 276 constituencies using computer-assisted telephone interviews. The survey has a 99% confidence level, a margin of error of 2.44%. The data suggests Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia holds a strong lead, but still faces the challenge of winning over undecided delegates as the primary approaches. The data suggests Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia holds a strong lead, but still faces the challenge of converting undecided delegates as the primary draws closer. I'll start with Paul. What do you think?
Well, I think that, as I've said before, if you look at the MPP and the NDC, there are two important ways that 2028 will shape up. The NDC, the National Democratic Congress, the ruling party, will win 2028 on account of performance. The MPP can win 2028, but only on account of a strongly united party. So whoever leads, the bigger job of whoever wins the Congress to become the next leader of the party is to be able to unite the party. Without uniting the party, it doesn't matter the quality of the candidate. And Dr. Bawumia is a quality candidate, all the other candidates are quality candidates. It doesn't matter the quality of the candidate. Right. Dr. Bawumia won the last primaries in 2023. And this is 2026 January projections. So within that short time, it's not surprising to see that he's still leading the polls. What is important, though, is that the party must be united. That's very, very important. Without unity, the NPP cannot win. Right. And on the NDC side, it's performance. When you are in government, it's not because of the NDC. When you are in government, you win on performance. Right. When you're in opposition, you win on unity. The NDC were very, very united for the 2024 elections. The MPP were very united for the 2016 elections. You all remember that. So in opposition, it's unity that you need. If you can galvanize the unity, you win, because both political parties, especially the MPP, seems to have very competent candidates who can run the show. But it's really about unity. So yes, good that we have a modern society where polls come in so regularly. I'm sure Musa Dankwa is going to do some more polls before then. This is just August. So it makes our society look modern that there are polls that have come in and it's showing so. And he's giving details of how he did the work and how many people he interviewed, the margin of error, all that. That sells Ghana off as a modern democracy. But what is important for MPP people is that the party must be united. Every effort has to be put together in uniting the party and going forward. If the party is united behind a candidate who wins the election and there are no major fallouts out of the Congress, or if they are managed very well, there would be, of course, but it's in terms of how it's managed. That's why I was excited that somebody like Kwame Adokufor has been brought in to be part of the whole election process. Right. Very seasoned politician, very sensible man, and they're very exposed. So that helps the MPP to put itself together well. I see that both Nana Akufo-Addo and President Kufuor are sort of part of the behind-the-scenes conversation of how this will happen. I saw Kwame Pianim, one of the stalwarts of the party, who hosted the candidates to lunch and spoke to them. So it looks like people know that the NPP must be united to give it a fighting chance in the next election. So yeah, all well and good, but unity is more important than who wins.
But do you think that, do you think that the Bawumia team perhaps would have to be a bit concerned about what appears to be a drop in number? Because in the last primaries, he polled some 63%. Well, he got 63% or so. It's not to be corrected, and now you're talking 52, but some 50 or 52 point something percent. Is there cause for worry?
I'm not sure. I mean, what people are looking for is a win, and circumstances of elections are different. So you might go into an election and win 45, but the value of the 45 might be more than 60 something. It's the circumstance of every election is different.
Right.
The circumstances of election 2023 was different. Yes, Bawumia came up about 64% or so. That circumstance was different. The circumstance of January 2026 is also going to be different. If Bawumia won the last one and he wins this one, he's won. That's important. So I'm not so sure whether the team should be concerned about whether numbers are dropping. And this is a poll. I mean, the real poll is what happens on the election day. What I'm sure they should be concerned about, and I saw that they had this meeting at the Fiesta Royale, which was put together by journalists Okatechi and others, all to foster unity. And that's the most important. I think that the Bawumia team and the Kennedy Japan team, both of them, should be working towards a grand unification of the party after the event. And that's really where the strength is.
So Kweku Bakoa sent us a message.
Well, have you seen it? Why are you so happy?
I still come out of retirement.
Why are you so happy? Have you seen the message?
No, I haven't seen the message. But
No, you're so happy.
for a very long time.
You missed him?
I've missed him, Papa.
Okay.
Oh, he's back.
I've missed
And I hope he's back for good.
I've missed targeting him on this program.
Okay, what is Kweku Bakoa?
Kweku, we are waiting for the big return. You know, we would want him to retire here on the show. Anyway, so he's back, and he sent a message, and a very important piece of information. So he says that the Bank of Ghana received 3 payments dated August 11, 2021, totaling $2.47 million by order of Sheikh Ahmed.
The money was returned.
Yes, Al Maktoum.
Tell the CPP.
As the refund on the Sputnik COVID-19 vaccine saga. AMKB communicating from a coded location in Europe.
Oh, it's in Europe? Okay.
Yes, Kweku Bakoa. Yes.
So the money was returned.
Apparently, my friend Kwame Sapon said he wasn't sure if any refund was
yes, that's correct.
He said he wasn't sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either, but I think I remember it was refunded.
Please tell Kweku Bakoa that it does not obscure the fact that a criminal infraction took place.
Okay.
But you see, you've heard of Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yes.
He once said that never interfere with an enemy whilst in the process of destroying himself.
Okay.
So I ordinarily will just watch whilst the MPP implode. But it is of interest to many of us that democracy, which we all agree, and since the days of yore, we have always conducted democratic experiments from bottom up. It is very interesting that now Dr. Bawumia and his gang want to go and elect a presidential candidate before they go down and towards the polling station executives.
Which gang is that?
It tells you a gang of brigands and buccaneers that he took over from Akufo-Addo. They want to go and elect him first, so that he can emasculate and emaciate the other candidates.
Hey,
you see?
How is he going to do that?
Let me tell you something. Me, as an NDC person, I want Dr. Bawumia to win that election.
Why?
Because we want to go back and confront him with his status as an Aplanki. Something that Paul defended. He defended it so eloquently that President Vice President Bawumia didn't know what the hell was going on in a government in which he was the head of the economic management team. Never in the history of political advocacy have I heard a vice president disavow his government in the manner in which Vice President Bawumia did, to win it, so ostensibly to win the confidence of the Ghanaian people. That many of the things that went on, especially under the economic ambit of which he was chair, he didn't have any knowledge about.
Is that your response to Musa Dankwa's
let me finish. Response. What if I say me go school? Let me tell you.
No, but you are very brutal. Engineers are brutal.
You see, Dr. Bawumia knows that if he goes for primaries, the normal way he will lose. He knows. That is why they have adopted that attitude, and that's why I say the gang of brigands and buccaneers around him, they too to preserve their own self-preservation, they have adopted that policy so that they can go. We are waiting for Dr. Bawumia because we will confront him again.
Okay.
With the things he said and did, the things that he absolved himself of, the things that he said he had no part of. Do you remember that Dr. Bawumia came to describe his economic team. Obo number 5, a central defender, a Alan Chematin. If you are saying Alan Chematin, he's become a butterfly. We're two. This is a phantom. No. He outlined all the people. Then a few years later, a few moments later, he comes to tell us that he had no knowledge of the economic policies as we're going over. We should blame Tenufurata. Right? Dr. Bawumia and his allies, including people like Miracle Sabwadi, said that Dr. Bawumia was against e-levy. So in cabinet, they went against him, his advice. Meanwhile, Dr. Bawumia was eating e-levy cake. So Dr. Bawumia is like a giant. Ochiko Konso Orenema. We are not in the year for concern.
Can I come in? You see the Musa Dankwa's question. Right. This is the answer. When I come in, NDC people say I do propaganda. I'm going to drop heavy because I have the history of this country. I have the history of this country and its politics. I'm going to drop it heavy. If that's what he's going to do, I'm going to drop the history of Alcee Sunyani in 98.
No problem.
I'm going to drop the history of this country.
When he's done. When he's done.
Is that how to answer Musa Dankwa's question, Moro?
No, that's how he chooses to answer.
That's how he chooses to answer. To go and berate Dr. Bawumia, Miracle Sabwadi, Musa Dankwa says Bawumia is leading. Is it true?
And I'm telling you why he's leading.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're disrupting.
You don't
allow him to.
Don't worry, I'm disrupting.
That's how he wants to. That's how he wants to analyze it.
So when I come to say how I want to do it,
I will disrupt him. Listen, Paul, let me assure you that I won't let you talk until this program ends. Take it.
Please let me talk.
No, I won't.
Please let me talk.
Because we are talking, you know that what I am saying is salient.
No, please let me talk.
I am choosing to answer the question how I want to answer it.
Okay. When you're done.
And you want to pivot, you want to shape my answer, you want to push me away from where I'm going.
No, I don't want to do that.
That's what you have done. You have succeeded to do it, so I'll do the same thing to you.
Please let me talk.
I am putting you on notice because we are not having a history lesson about this. Right. We are talking about contemporary politics as it is today. A poll which says that Dr. Bawumia is leading.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm saying that they have emasculated his opponents. You see, one of the things that made Dr. Bawumia lose the last election, as heavy as he did, were the things that Kennedy Ejiofor said. So, to quote Napoleon Bonaparte again, nobody wants to interfere in what you are doing. Keep doing it. Because when the time comes, we will confront you. Paul is an avid historian, so he's going to talk about history, which he won't get to talk about.
Please let me talk about it.
No, I won't allow you because you interrupted me. Me too, I know the history of this country. I know it at my fingertips. I know the history of this country from the day Nana Kwame Nkrumah allowed the Portuguese to walk onto our shores.
I don't know that
fact. You don't know it. So we are good.
I'm limiting to 4.
Why are you starting from Godisberg? Start from Godisberg.
Because I need the emphasis to make a point.
Start from Godisberg.
No, Fourth Republic.
No, that's not.
When you're done, I'll tell you the history.
I've told you I won't let you talk.
Oh, really?
So if I were you, I won't even go.
So can I say now?
Go ahead.
Okay. So in this issue about we are a political party and we want this opponents to win and this opponent
change your glasses properly.
This opponent to win.
Change your glasses properly.
To do this and that because I'm not reading, so that's why.
Yeah. He came here with 2 glasses.
I always have 2 glasses.
Change it properly.
Moro, when the NPP,
he has nothing to say. Let's end the program. Let's go.
When the NPP went to Congress in 1998 to elect a flag bearer, the NDC were concerned about Akufo-Addo winning. Yeah. And they were worried.
Who told you that?
Can I finish?
No, you finish. Who told you that? Who told you? I'm behaving like you. Yeah. Who told you that we were worried?
When I finish,
give us evidence. No, give us evidence.
When I finish, I'll mention his name.
No, I want mention his name now.
So when I
want evidence.
When I finish, I'll mention his name.
No, before you go on, give us evidence that we were worried about Akufo-Addo winning the election.
So the NDC was very worried about Akufo-Addo winning the election. They believed that Kufuor was an easier person to handle, and that if Kufuor won the election, they would be able to defeat him in the year 2000. It didn't turn out.
Right.
When the MPP were in power and John Mahama had been defeated in the 2016 election, and the NDC were going to Congress and it looked like they were going to elect John Mahama again, the MPP said that, as for John Mahama, we like him because he's the one we can deal with. This is in 1819. Bring John Mahama 2020. We'll deal with him. He's the one who did Doomsday, he's the one who did da. Then we saw 2020's elections outcome. And then there was concern again that, NDC were going to another Congress. NDC seemed fixated that we were repeating John Mahama. NPP said that, bring John Mahama. So this conversation about, bring these candidates, we like him and we'll defeat him, it hasn't held in the history. The candidates that people have felt that we can beat him is often the candidate that comes to win. So we can leave it. He can have all his say about, we'll beat this person. You see, when people win an election, and then they, as somebody pointed out, the election is won by many different things. And I have looked at the history. Bear me out. There are some campaigns in the Fourth Republic that have been extremely successful that have lost the election. The John Mahama campaign of 2016, if you take it in PR terms, it was a very well-run campaign. It was probably run better than Akufo-Addo's campaign. Akufo-Addo's campaign of 2008 was one of the best campaigns ever lodged in the country in terms of policy analysis, what we do. The campaign lost. So it's not all the time that the best campaign wins. Winning an election in a developing country when you have all the economic issues, it's not so much because you are brilliant, you are clever and all of that. A lot of things come to make it happen.
Then tell about me.
I'm telling you.
People. No, don't tell me.
I'm telling you.
Because Dr. Baumia,
because you have just won 57% and you believe that it's your ingenuity, you are smart,
it is not,
and this
it is
and
not,
that.
it is not,
Today you are admitting that it is
about,
Kennedy Japan's talking that
it
helped
is,
and all
it is
of that.
not smart. It is the way the MPP conducted itself over the 8 years that they were in power. The people
especially over the last 4 years.
The people of
the
Ghana,
second term, 4 years.
The people of Ghana saw the MPP government steal their savings.
Did the people of Ghana see the same in 2016 to vote John Mahama out?
The
Did
people
they see
of
the
Ghana,
same thing?
clearly the people
Did they
of
see the same thing?
Clearly the people of Ghana saw something.
So we are still running the people of Ghana. The next election, the people of Ghana will vote on something.
My brother, you can go back as far as you like. Like I said, you can go back to the election of in biblical times when Jacob was given Esau's birthright. I am telling you that Dr. Baumia and his gang of brigands and buccaneers that he took over from Akufo-Addo and his gang of brigands and buccaneers are emasculating the voices of the people who want to challenge for the presidency.
Who has complained? Because all the candidates seem to agree that
January
31 is correct.
Did we not see somebody on a horse?
On a horse?
Did we not see one of the candidates on a horse?
And that's a complaint?
What do you think it was? Coming with a horse.
A candidate arrives on the horse is a complaint. Who has complained? Who has complained? Is that a complaint?
And you are sitting here telling me that, and they ran the campaign this way. I'm poor.
I'm telling you that. The people of point Ghana, you are making is not verifiable. That Dr. Baumia has emasculated somebody. It's not verifiable.
The people of Ghana.
It's not verifiable, It's not verifiable.
There is nothing that you have said here today that's verifiable. Nothing at
okay,
all.
So you agree that this is not verifiable, but mine is also not verifiable. So you are agreeing that you are not verifiable and I'm not verifiable as well.
You have spent 8 years defending everything that even my son Rahim will not defend. Your daughter Kayla will not defend.
You spent 8 years defending everything John Mahama did until 2016's defeat. You spent 8 years doing that. Said, you and I, we had battles on the car park in Baba's house. But you defended everything. In the end, they didn't win.
You see, what Paul is not telling you is that between 2012 and 2016, he was defending John Mahama too.
Oh, not quite.
Oh, Paul, not quite.
I defended some things.
You were
some
a
things
permanent,
was good.
Paul, you were a permanent feature of the constitution in Ibrahim's house.
What is constitution?
Without you, they don't spark the motorcade.
Oh, that's
you
not
were
true.
defending John Mahama.
Oh, that's not true. No, I defended some things he did.
Not some things. You defended everything.
Yeah, some things he did.
Paul, you were there.
I thought that Paul, he was listening. Because I sent something to him, he listened.
Paul,
yeah. But what's the point you are making?
The point I'm making.
That I defend every government.
No.
Okay. What are you saying?
The point I'm making is that you were defending John Mahama until he lost, and you quickly pivoted and jump ship.
You've been looking to make that point for a while.
No, we're looking where that is true.
It's not true.
Paul, you were a permanent feature in Baba's house.
Oh, but being a permanent feature, there were empty people in Baba's house.
You interviewed President Mahama in his office.
Yes, I did. Omani Boama gave me that opportunity twice.
You exactly.
Yes, because they were looking for an interview. I paid for it.
He was touting President. As soon as President Mahama lost the election,
oh, that's not true.
He was gone.
That's another matter.
He was gone with the wind.
That's not true.
Right? He was gone with the wind to tout Akufo-Addo. Right? Now that they have
I had supported Akufo-Addo in 2008.
Now that
you know that I supported Akufo-Addo before John Mahama became president. But you are being dishonest. But you are being dishonest. You know that in 2008 I supported Akufo-Addo against Mills.
Now that they have lost.
My first meeting with Mills, you were there. My meeting with Mills, you were there. No, Moro, this is very important. Moro, remember, hey, I won't allow you. Raymond Nacha and you were with me when I met Mills. Moro, I met Mills in his company. Mills told me in his company that Paul, I will show you that Ghanaians didn't vote wrongly. Because as I've kept saying on Good Evening Ghana, on 9th January 2009, Tony Edu was a guest in the studio with Atacha. I came on TV and said Ghanaians have voted wrongly because I supported Akufo-Addo in 2008. Tumbuafu was there. In fact, he took me to Mills. It was Kojo who took me to Mills. It was him. He and Raymond Nacha incidentally. Yes, I said when Mills became president. It was Mills and him sat in the sofa. I sat on the other side. Raymond Nacha sat there. And Mills told me that Paul, I'm going to show you that Ghanaians didn't vote wrongly.
Paul, you were there. Paul, I am giving you time. You will go back to defending President Mahama. You give him a few months.
So I defend every government.
Do you know Baba's new office?
Who is Baba? Ibrahim?
Yeah, you know his new office.
No.
Well, I'll show you there.
You show me there. Okay, can we go there from here?
No, I'll show you the way there. You will go. Give Paul maybe 18 months.
Okay. Kwekubaku is back.
We've already done 12.
Kwekubaku is back. You know when I mentioned his name, you smiled and you were wondering whether he was on retirement or not.
What's he saying?
So he's back. He says, "Tell Kojo, I only sought to provide factual information.
I said I was
nothing more, nothing less."
Betraha, come and sit here. Come and sit here.
The man is on sabbatical,
yes,
please.
And tell him
somebody in London says he likes the show.
Tell him that we are waiting for his book. Tell him that we are waiting for his book.
So he's writing 2 books. So he
says,
your reaction was as if I sought to create a diversion or distort the issues.
But you know the deal. Come on, you know the deal, man.
So Prosper. Prosper Shikwe from Asalanda says, Moro, I'll be very surprised to see Kwekubaku come back, especially to do comms like he used to be. I'll text more later. All right, and this one, Kakra Samoa is back again. Kakra Samoa is back. He says, a refund does not erase the criminal culpability. Dana Budakwe was jailed under President Kufuor, although the money in question was refunded before the trial. And this one, yes, Titi Kateno.
The money was refunded.
Yes. Titi Kateno, your very good friend. He says that today I'm enjoying the show. Tell Paul I said he's now an NPP panelist. Paul is what? Okay, today he's a panelist on Good Morning Ghana and not a host on Good Evening Ghana. Paul, repent because what pre-seconds and barracks boys don't like that.
Is it Kateno?
Factual. Yes, Kateno.
Your very good friend.
Yes. All right, so I guess that Paul was on the floor, to be fair to him, when you. So, Paul, please on the Banya matter.
Oh, I like it.
Just 2 minutes.
He doesn't have anything to say. Close the show.
So
throughout this show,
so you won't let me raise the UK bar council issue.
No. But you
let's go.
Next week. The bar conference was about. I want us to discuss the UK bar council. Yeah, that thing they said that we should change.
McLean,
that we should install teams.
McLean from Sefiri also says that at this rate. So McLean from Sefiri also says at this rate, Kojo Mboafo is mercilessly painting a picture. One would think that the then President Kufuor administration did absolutely nothing for Ghana. Even the devil would be shocked. This was a government that constructed over 13,000 kilometers of roads, initiated, completed, and commissioned more than 50 hospitals. And
I am a civil engineer. You know something? Don't tell me that President Kufuor constructed roads the distance from here to Kathmandu.
Yes. So it's a free SHS policy.
Nepal.
Through which millions of Ghanaians will benefit.
It is 13,000
kilometers. In the end, posterity will benefit for all of us. All right, so let me thank you too for joining us.
We are done.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, but your thing is just like this.
Correct the person who just sent that message.
He's listening.
Right? I said President Kufuor did not construct roads the distance from here to Kathmandu. So stop those things.
What are you talking about, Kathmandu?
It is the reason why we are suffering.
What is Kathmandu?
Kathmandu is in Nepal.
All right.
President Akufo-Addo did 18 historical education projects.
3,000
educational infrastructure projects. He
13,000
equipped 300 science labs.
Stop it.
I won't stop it. He did 150 astro tests when he inherited 3. Am I lying? President Akufo-Addo did a STEM. He did upgrading of police, He brought in restoration of training allowances.
Before STEM, we were not doing science. But I went to Presec. Yes. Mr. Lagbo
was a national science college.
Mr. Lagbo was teaching mathematics in Presec.
But that's not STEM.
But
STEM together.
What is STEM?
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Right.
Isolate them and teach them together.
I'm an engineer. You teach engineering in secondary school.
My viewers are not happy.
I'm joking.
You don't teach engineering. You isolate the STEM people.
Stop joking.
Yes, it's a term of art.
When you were in
Presec, something.
When you were in Presec,
yes,
they had an engines class like Achimota School where the science who were going to do engineering, were doing maths, physics, chemistry. Don't rename the wheel. That is what your people are doing. And stealing money whilst doing it.
Whose money did they steal?
Even BNI, they changed the name to NIB so that they can steal money.
National Investigations Bureau.
From Bureau of National Investigations, so that they can give somebody. Why did they do that? So that they can give somebody contract to supply office letterheads.
The letterheads have to be contract to supply letterheads. That people do that.
We apparently have been given some 30 more minutes.
No.
30 is too much.
Okay, so let's do this in just 10 minutes. It's a very important.
We need 5 minutes more.
Okay, no problem. So let's look at this.
We are going
the Rich Hospital matter.
Which
hospital? Yes. Yeah, the scuffle that happened there. Now, the Ghana Registered Nurses Association have been on some kind of a back and forth with the health minister. Now, we said the General Secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Dr. David Tinkran, has taken a swipe at the Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah Kando, following the minister's comment on the recent violent incident at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, popularly known as RICH. Now, speaking in an interview on Asempa FM Tuesday, August 19, 2025, Dr. Tinkran dismissed as senseless suggestions by the Ministry of Health that the assaults on caregivers at RICH may have been triggered by delays in attending to a patient. He argued that such claims betray the lack of understanding of how healthcare delivery works, particularly the triad system that guides the prioritization of patients based on the severity of their condition. The most disgusting and infuriating thing is the second point. The minister should know that there are systems over there. If he doesn't understand, he should get somebody to educate him on the triad system. It is such that you can't say because you are the first person to show up, you should be taken care of, Dr. Tinkran stated. He explained that caregivers always assess patients upon arrival to determine whether their cases require immediate intervention or can be managed later. That statement does not make sense to me at all. It doesn't make sense. Whoever wrote that statement does not even understand the hospital system. Why? Is he a farmer? He's asking the minister whether he's a farmer.
Yes, he's a farmer and a proud farmer.
What kind of life is that?
Who is asking the minister the statement?
Dr. Tinkran, yes, the president of the Ghana Registered Nurses Association. He says Dr. Tinkran's
my brother Akando is a farmer.
Okay. Now, just a second.
Dr. Tinkran, when he's hungry, he eats produce from a farmer.
Yes. So Dr. Tinkran's outburst followed an incident on Monday when activist Ralph St. Williams, accompanied by a group of individuals, allegedly attacked health professionals at Rich Hospital after accusing them of delaying emergency care. Now, in a swift response, Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando dismissed suggestions that his farming background makes him unqualified to head the health ministry. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, the minister downplayed the criticism, insisting that the notion that only medical professionals can serve as health ministers is misplaced. I have been reminded that I'm a farmer. Yes, nobody needs to remind me. I'm a proud farmer, and everybody knows it. Until my appointment, I was one of the largest rice farmers in the country. I'm proud of that, Mr. Kando said. He stressed that his focus remains on addressing systemic challenges in Ghana's healthcare sector rather than engaging in personal attacks. Kojo?
Yes, I have visited Akando's farm.
Okay.
In Gabiso. Very impressive. I'm very sure Dr. Tinkran has probably eaten some of his rice. At some point in his life, he's one of the largest rice farmers in this country. Okay? So let's first of all, Dr. Tinkran should respect farmers. You see, some people are still quibbling with the results of the last election. He's the same person who led the strike of the nurses against this government. Yeah. When MPP was in power, he didn't lead any strike. Okay? You have seen the videos of what allegedly happened. At what point did Ralph St. Williams attack any nurse? The CCTV footage that has been shown to us, at what point did he attack any nurse? So you see, these political hit jobs who find themselves in certain positions, they can continue doing what they are doing. Ralph St. Williams was simply targeted because they see him as an NDC assign. Those politicians who are heading...
That's the Akando rice.
Yes. I said he's one of the largest rice farmers in this country. So at some point, Dr. Tinkran may have eaten his rice.
Okay.
And he should respect farmers, because we are all alive today because people decide to farm. Just like we should respect nurses. My mother was a midwife, right? My mother was a nurse. So I respect nurses. If you have had the kinds of health challenges that I have, you know that you are a doctor's decision away from finding your 6 foot in the coffin. So, using his position to do politics is unbecoming of it. And I think the nurses association themselves should look within. I will be the first person to advocate that Ralph St. Williams be dealt with if he indeed attacked the nurse, because it is no one's place to attack a nurse. But we saw 5 people dressed in suits donating 800 cedis and a mobile phone in this day of Momo. 800 cedis. And giving it a what do you call it? A newsreel. You see, the people who are trying to target the NDC because they simply cannot accept what Ghanaians have decided that they want. You can keep doing what you're doing. But President Mahama is still running the country. As we speak today, right? Everybody breathes better because the existential problem of CD to dollar ratio that tripled the prices of KK and what have you is being nipped in the bud. People are working assiduously to make sure that where we are, we stay there for a considerable time. Indeed, we are now using a powerful resource to back our currency, just like those who come and buy that resource and take it to their country to back their currency have done in the past. Even if you didn't vote for President Mahama, give him time. And insulting the health minister because he's a farmer is very unbecoming. Right? Somewhere along our lives, we should be grateful for people who take it upon themselves to feed us. And what the Nurses Association should do is to ask Dr. Tinkwantum to apologize to the minister for insulting him. He's a farmer, so what? How many doctors or nurses in this our political space have been ministers of health? Name one. Name one. Which government in this Fourth Republic and before? Name one doctor who was appointed to be a health minister. You insult him because he's a farmer. You insult him because you don't respect him. You insult him because you think that you are smarter than him. I mean, what is that all about? There is absolutely no evidence that Ralph St. Williams attacked NS there. And I'm repeating, there's none. If anybody has seen it, I will apologize. They should correct me. All this fanfare, all this jamboree, all this, what do you call it? Much ado about nothing that happened, that is going on, obviously to paint a candle black, and for as you somewhere along the line they'll demand that you should resign, this, that, then they'll, hey, listen, thank God for CCTV. I wish there's CCTV everywhere. I wish there was CCTV in Akufo-Addo's cabinet room.
Oh, well, I've seen the back and forth, and I think that is that one of the videos we are watching on the TV?
Yes.
I think that again it comes back to the protocols. This is a Ridge Hospital, it's a government hospital.
Yeah.
What are the protocols that are in place at Ridge Hospital when something like this happens? We know that healthcare is important, and people can get very frustrated, even violent, all over the world when they have a health challenge and a health difficulty. So every hospital in the world must have, important hospital like Ridge Hospital must have those protocols. If we don't have them, sometimes in Ghana we have them, but we just don't implement it. So if we don't have them, we can look at it. Now, the CCTV video that came out did not show the activist hitting. That's, you see it over there. Yeah. But you see him sort of assaulting, not physical assault. You see him sort of aggressively approaching somebody. That cannot occasion a dislocation. However, the story that came out was that he, the activist, had incited other young men. Now, if you listen to the activist story, his story was that he was going towards the hospital because somebody had been injured. And in the process, he got injured himself because of the speed. Now, when he got in, he noticed that the person who had been injured had not been taken care of. The hospital people explained that the way in which they take care of emergencies is in a certain protocol. Yes, the triage thing. So that person came into the category where he could wait a bit after initial work. Now, he was frustrated seeing somebody who he believed had not been taken care of and did not understand that it's not that he hadn't been taken care of, but the person is going through the protocols such that in this particular regard, he should be stay here for a while. He got offended and started shouting and talking and all of that. Now, he also got his cuts. The nurse said that he cleaned his wound and asked him to wait and that the blood had dried up, etc. Now, he said when he came out of the hospital veranda to speak also, the guys noticed that he had not been attended to, where they got very angry, and then they went into the room. Yeah. It's entirely possible that it is in those circumstances that the person was attacked. But the concern of the nurses is that this guy may have incited it. Also, the guys share parading in the hospital ward and making so much noise in the ward should be utterly condemned. I'm not sure why anybody cannot condemn that. The Minister of Health seems to have been eager about it. He set up a committee. He's been to the hospital. Yesterday, he held a press conference, and he's having a back and forth. He also alleges political something. The Nurses Association did not issue any statement last week. They did not issue any statement before this happened. So to attribute it to politics is quite concerning, because if nothing has happened, they were not coming to issue a statement. And then we hear things like they never went on strike. Now suddenly they are threatening strike. They cannot threaten strike without a basis. There's a labor court. There's a important labor organization. So some of these comments do not go well to sort of resolve. Can I finish?
I said,
I didn't say you
said. And the Akufo-Addo, they didn't go on strike. As soon as Mahama came, they went on strike. You said they have no basis. Their basis is politics.
Okay, fair enough.
Cheap politics.
Can I continue? Yes.
Basis.
So yes, this issue about they don't have to go on strike when there's nothing to strike about. Whenever they strike, they tell Ghanaians, and their responsibility is first to Ghanaians. They tell Ghanaians why they are going on strike, and then Ghanaians will evaluate. I think this rich hospital thing should bring us to the point where protocols are clear. We actually don't need the health minister coming all the way down. If the protocols are clear, a report is made, and the matter is dealt with. We see in Ghana, we are doing too much personality thing. That's what I tell you about. There's too much personality-driven policy. Personality-driven, the disposition of the minister. The minister went and shook hands with somebody outside. It became an issue that he had to answer in a press conference. Why are we doing that? Rich Hospital is an important hospital. It's set up by government. It must have protocols that says you can do this, you can do that. The minister cannot change it by his discretion. The director of the Rich Hospital, the CEO, cannot change it by his discretion. The doctor on duty should not be able to change it at discretion. And then also, if there's an offending party, that offending party should not be able to change anything by discretion. Let's get things done in Ghana properly by paper so that there's predictability in our public life. It's so important. And that's what this generation of politicians, like all of us, must insist that let's have predictability in our public life, public discourse, so that we reduce the discretion of an individual who is the CEO, so that this CEO is Rich Hospital CEO today, the hospital looks at it a certain way, another CEO comes in. No, we can't be doing that. We must leave the discretion to be barest minimum and have systems working. It's very important.
Okay. All right. So
he started very nice, this segment very nicely. Then he's gone and spot it again with this predictability. Right, so, we went and had a committee of inquiry for people who were assaulted and shot at Alayasu West Wogan. Right. When the white paper came out, the government said that the people were annoying the security agents.
All right. So let me say a happy birthday to a lady who is one of the most passionate activists of the NDC, and she is, well, she used to be, I think, before the NDC came to, I still think she is a Deputy Director of Communications for the NDC. I'm talking about Obobia Dako Mensah. She is, until recently, the Deputy MD for the Ghana Airport Company Limited, but now she's now been reassigned as the administrator of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund Secretariat. So happy birthday, Bobia Dako Mensah. We can only wish you the best as you celebrate your birthday today. So that's her in your shot, in her black. Yes, I know she's very close to you too.
Yes.
That's your very. She's a younger sister and a very good friend as well.
Happy birthday. See you tonight.
Hey. see you tonight. I said, okay. Anyway, no further.
And happy birthday to my brother Kwame too.
All right. So Paul, let me say a big thanks to you for making time to join us this morning. It's been wonderful having you join us, and also Kojo, also the acting CEO of the Intelligence Financial Center. And thank you so very much. So, well, this is where we end the rather extended version of Good Morning Ghana, because we had a lot to talk about, and we also thought that our guests, had a bit more to say. So, management gave us a bit more time. So we're grateful to management for giving us a bit more time. It's not regular. It's not the normal thing. Oftentimes, 9:55 the show would end, but once in a while, depending on what management thinks or feels about the situation, they may just want to give us a few minutes. And so from time to time, this has happened. So I don't want the other guests to think that we're being discriminatory. No, they're not at all. So it depends on the exigencies or the factors at play. So my name is Aldo Moro. Thank you very much once again for watching the show. I want to say Juma Mubarak, and again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Ghana and Ivory Coast. A comparison has been going on for a while. Darkness in Ghana.
Awawa Juma no ye o nyame woda se wujinu dia obeya mawuda.
That's why the kings are made. Not throwing the road, just a shadow shade.